We're back, bitches!
Can you hear us? Is it good? Testing. 1, 2. Okay, I think we're good.
Okay. Sweet. Well, we're back with episode 3.
I'm Gene.
You got your boy BJ over here.
And this is the show Won't Remember a Thing, where we are stuck in the time capsule of today.
Dude, I don't remember shit.
And today is November 3rd, 2019.
Couple days after Halloween. Hope it was fantastic for everybody. And if you didn't go and celebrate, like I did, boring ass life, don't you? No.
Now y'all were pretty good this year. Not a lot of crimes. Not a lot of crimes on Halloween. I thank you. The children thank you.
Yeah, not a bunch of creepy ass clowns coming out randomly and be like, "Oh my god, look at this clown!" Like, geez, everybody was dressed as a clown, but it was all Joker. Like, this is the year that everybody loved the clown. It was like, oh no, it's fucking... I don't know what... I mean, were they dressed up as it, or was it... Like...
Yeah, I was going to say, it's no longer the year of Pennywise.
Nope, it's the year of the Joker.
It's the year of Arthur Fleck.
Which brings us into this. I recently went and finally saw the Joker, which was... fantastic.
Yeah, that's good. We might as well get this out of the way in case people haven't seen it, which if you haven't seen it already, I don't see...
Spoiler alert!
I don't see how you haven't seen it. It's just made $900 million. It's about
one of the best movies of all goddamn time.
It's about to hit $1 billion, so I'd say pretty much 99% of the population has seen it.
You need to go see this movie. If you haven't, go see this movie. It'll change your view on comic books and superheroes and all that jazz. It'll make you think.
So yeah, this will just be a quick little spoiler discussion because...
I don't know how quick this is going to be.
It's just... I know. It's something you got to talk about. It's just something we have to acknowledge. We can't not acknowledge this film.
We'll probably timestamp it for people who don't want to listen to this.
Yeah, I would say, like, fast forward, like, maybe a good, 30 minutes. We'll be safe with 30 minutes.
Don't take our word for it.
And maybe every other statement will be like, still talking.
Still talking. Still doing
talking
it.
Joker.
But, okay, just to start off, though, the tone, because I took my girlfriend to go see this movie, so I was also getting somebody who has never seen anything, like, superhero-wise. I'm getting their perspective on top of this.
Right.
I'm a nerd already. I love this. I love the fact that this is already out, but getting her view of this was great. It was great feedback. But I, at first, will say this, because even she brought it up. It was, at first, a little confusing to see where the fuck it was going. Like, you didn't really have a good idea of what was really happening with, like, the first 30 minutes of the movie. It was, like, all up in the air. They're just kind of, like, and pretty obviously setting the tone of the movie, but I was just like, dude, what the fuck?
I've seen the director, Todd Phillips, present the film at, like, festivals and stuff, and he says the same thing every time before it starts. And I think it's a very important thing for audiences to know going into it. I wish they had some way for, all audiences to know this going in, is that it's a slow burn. He makes sure that he tells people, hey, it's a slow burn, so just be patient with it, and, I'll see you when it's done. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's really it. Like, there's a good, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes where you're just sitting there like, okay, what is going to happen? Because you just feel it ratcheting up, like, to something.
You know what this movie really reminds me of? It's a better rendition of an M. Night Shyamalan movie. That's exactly what I feel like with the Joker.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
So, obviously, if you've seen the Joker movie, it goes many different directions before you get the actual of, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
It does it better than M. Night Shyamalan. Just saying, because it had me interested. It made me, there's at one point I thought the Joker and Batman were going to be brothers. Some weird off-put, half brother kind of thing. And I'm like, dude, that'd be... Now, I have heard some people be like, oh, that would have been stupid. And I'm like, really? Would it have been that dumb? Because, me and you were talking about, if they're going to go in the direction of this Joker being a mantle, kind of being passed on, okay, you inspired and learned from the old Joker, now you're the new Joker. If they're going to do that, then it would kind of be a mindfuck for if they're going to bring a Batman into this, if there was a Joker, and it's not the original, but he's like, you know where I learned all this shit?
Yeah.
Guess who? Your half brother.
Half brother, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously they didn't do that.
Yeah.
And you find out actually what's the thing. But it made me think that, even while I was watching the movie, I'm like, dude, what if they did that? It had you fucking thinking.
Yeah, it was a creative choice, and I was with it. I wasn't mad at it. I was like, cool, I like this. And then they kind of erased that, like it never happened. Like, just no, he's not. But it's like I still like that idea. I still kind of want to run with that. But,
dude, that would have been a cool concept and idea.
I mean, I still would argue that he could still be adopted and still be a Wayne. It's a little far fetched, but I still like seeing how much of a douche Thomas Wayne was, basically Trump. I could see him doing some shit like that. I could totally see him doing some shit like that.
I mean, possibly, but you also see it, and his mom's not even his mom. He finds that out, but it also leads to the question of where did he get these crazy tendencies? Now, some could say it was just because of his mother and he was around her.
The physical abuse.
Actually, that was the other thing I was going to say. The head trauma because of that, but because I registered his laughter as like, obviously Todd Phillips already has talked about it. It was like he has a different laugh for like different situations, and it's like it's a coping mechanism for him.
Yeah, like that part on the train.
Douchebags trying to get the chick.
Yeah, with the three brokers on the train hassling the chick. He starts laughing because he's nervous.
Yes, but I was going to ask you, did you actually feel bad about those guys fucking dying?
Oh fuck no.
Okay, no, I was the same way.
No, yeah, because if you listen to what those guys were saying even before they start harassing that chick, they're not good people.
No,
they were not.
No, they weren't. And that's why, like, even when he pulled out the gun, he started killing them.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I looked over at my girlfriend. The look on her face was like,
yeah,
holy shit, they went that direction. I'm like, yeah, they did. This is dark as fuck.
But I love how, like, to jump forward a little bit, I love how when he's on the talk show and people are like groaning or whatever because he's talking about the guys, and he's like, oh my god, why do people care about these guys? Like, why do you care so much about these fucking assholes when I'm the good guy? Yeah.
I mean, that was also very true because what did he say? He said, like, if it was me on the ground dead and like that, you would just walk right over me. Wouldn't even fucking care. But because they were associated with Thomas Wayne, automatically they get all this fucking attention.
He felt like he was invisible. He told his psychiatrist, you don't listen. You ask me the same questions and ask me if I have negative...
You hear me, but you don't listen.
Yeah, you ask me how's my job, yada yada. You ask me, do I have any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts. And it's like, I just told you that I went my whole life feeling like I didn't even exist, but I do. And now people are starting to notice.
Yes, but I've had a couple of other conversations with other people who've seen the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to talk about this too earlier before we recorded this, because yes, we did talk about this earlier in the week before we brought this up. It was just there and it overflowed.
It's hard not to talk.
It's hard not to talk about this. Like everything in the movie. I mean, obviously we saw it. That's all interpretation. You know, obviously all interpretation.
It's ambiguous.
Because if there was any other conclusion, the only other conclusion I can have at the end of the movie was that all happened, and then he finally got arrested. And then this is him after he's getting arrested, but
reflecting and seeing his side of it, how he imagined it going.
But...
what he saw, how he saw it going.
But I also feel as though that, like, we also talked about, it was just all in his fucking head.
Yeah.
Everything that happened, anything, because a lot of it was really really negatively toward, the fact that almost everything seemed to be like everything in his life was making sure that his life was
I was going to say, it seemed coincidental. It seemed like, Jesus Christ, how many times does this guy end up in these situations? But again, it was from his point of view.
How many times can a dude get fucked?
In his point of view, he felt depressed. He felt like the world was coming down on him constantly.
And I don't blame him, dude. Literally, the first part of the movie, he gets his ass beat by children with his spine.
Yeah.
And it shatters into pieces.
Yeah.
And then he tries to tell his boss, and he's actually doing the right thing. He fucking tells him the right thing, and he still gets fucked over at the end. You know what I mean? Like, how... It also showed, like, you can't even be honest, because, like, it shows, like, even being honest sometimes doesn't even fucking help you.
And that's what stuck out to me. I saw it a second time last night. And that's what stuck out to me this time, was how much he really was trying to do good.
At first.
He really was.
He's trying to fight it.
Like, up until...
Kind of trying to fight it.
Up until that train scene. Up until the moment he transforms into Joker in the bathroom. He was trying to be good. He was trying to be...
Not him. Like, not trying to be what was inside.
A positive member of society. He wanted to spread joy. He wanted to spread love and laughter.
He wanted to get some pussy.
Because that's something he didn't have in his own life. Because all he wanted, again, this is shit that I noticed the second time. All he wanted was love and appreciation and acknowledgement. Like, whether it be from a father figure like Thomas Wayne or Murray. That's why he has that delusion that, Murray's telling him, hey, I'd give all this up for a kid like you.
Yeah.
And or whether it be from his mom.
That shit was fucking trippy.
Or he just wanted love from his mom. But his mom was delusional herself, if not more so, and had her own baggage and was always constantly talking about Wayne, never gave a fuck about what he had to say. There's even a part when he talks about, hey, I'm going to do stand-up. And she's like, don't you have to be funny for that?
Dude, when I heard that part, my heart sank.
I don't know how I missed that the first time.
Dude.
I don't know. I must have been like trying to take it all in. But like I caught that this time and I was like, wow, like his mom didn't even love him.
Dude,
and it's like you find that out later, but I didn't even notice like the relationship in the present was not good either. I was like, wow.
Dude, I looked right at my girlfriend when I heard that part, and I looked at her, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
God damn.
Like,
your own mother is bagging on you.
The one person he cares for.
And is taken care of.
Yeah, his rock. He says, I take good, he's proud of himself.
I take care of my mom, you know what I mean?
He's like, I'm the man of the house, and it's like, dude, even as the man of the house, you're still being stepped on.
Dude, oh my God.
And like I noticed, and he would have to, because he wasn't getting that, that's where I'm spacing if they even gave her a name. Zazie Beetz' role as the quote unquote love interest. I can't remember if they gave her a name.
I think they did.
I think it's like Sophie. I think it's like Sophie or something like that. I don't know. Like it's such a thankless role that she has. But she does great with it. But like, man, like talk about a thankless role.
Oh, man.
But yeah, but like with the delusions with her, that was because he needed to fill that void. He needed that voice. He needed some validation. Like I didn't notice the first time, but the second time, the first like real first he follows her, and then you notice she walks into a place and he stops following her. He's like, fuck. He's like, shit, damn it, should I walk in? No, all right. And then he goes to the comedy club, and then I realized he was going to invite her. He was following her to invite her to the comedy club, and then after that, no, that's when he just goes to watch. Then he goes home and starts writing and shit, and then he imagines her knocking at the door, and then that's when he invites her.
Yeah.
Then from there, fast forward when he's actually there doing his stand-up and she's there and they leave, he then sees the poster of the killer clown or whatever.
Yeah.
Talking about the murders on the train, and she, again, I did not notice this the first time. I don't know how, but then she walks up next to him and goes, honestly, I think the guy who did it is a hero. Yeah, 3 less pricks in Gotham. Yeah, great. And it's like, oh my God, like I didn't even notice that he was doing this, not to have some fake romantic relationship, but he just really needed a friend. He really just needed that validation. He even tells Thomas Wayne, he says like, well, I don't understand when Thomas Wayne tells him he's adopted. He's like, look, I don't understand why you people are so rude. Like, how about just some warmth? Just give me like a hug or some love, Dad. Like that's all he fucking wanted. And the world was just so cold, like the world is today.
Yeah.
That's why this movie is so poignant and says a lot about, our reality.
2019.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. Like there's people all around the world. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
China?
I even brought it up to you. Yeah. There's people all over the world protesting with the Joker makeup because scratch the serial killer side of it. He makes
a point.
Yeah, he was a guy making a point about how this system doesn't listen to people who really are in need. Like he wanted more medication.
I will say this, I haven't dived that deep into it, but did Phillips actually say that was what it meant, or is this what people have been saying about it?
Well, he's always said, I think he just says this to be safe and avoid anything, but he said that it's not a political film.
And that's what I was kind of getting to.
And even Arthur says himself, he says, I'm not political. I don't care. He even says before they even bring him out when they're backstage, he's like, I don't believe anything. And it's just like, dude, he really fucking doesn't. What he believed in is now gone. He is now a clean slate.
He does, but he doesn't, but he does at the same time.
He does. And that's the thing. And I think he realizes it when he makes that choice to then kill Murray instead of himself. He realized, as he was going on his rant, he realized, oh my God, I do believe in something. You guys, there is a lesson I need to teach you people, or I can teach you people. Matter of fact, hey, here, what do you get when you take a mentally ill loner and throw him in a world that treats him like he's garbage? I'll tell you what you get what you fucking deserve.
Right in the eyeball.
It was like that was it. That was when it became clear to him, like, okay, yeah, I'm not the problem, you are.
Yeah, well, you know,
and he saw, and also before he made that, leading up to that choice, he opened up his joke book and saw the line that he wrote saying, "I hope my death makes more sense than my life."
Yeah.
So it's like he thought for a second, like.
But I even brought this up to you, and I don't even know if you had thought about this when I brought it up to you. But like the whole time during the movie, you know, there's a point where it shows everything that he cares about.
Yeah.
And then as it goes on, he literally kills everything. About his old self.
Everything. And it ends with his mother. That's why
it ends with Murray. It ends with Murray.
You got me there. You're absolutely right. But
that was the last thing. He was like, this is the last thing that's going to tie me to my old self.
But, though, he went to the show planning on killing himself.
He did.
So when he killed his mom, in his mind, he rid of his past. He even crumbles. I didn't even notice this the first time. When he's putting on the makeup...
What is that picture?
It's a picture of his mom.
That's a picture of his mom?
Yes. He's putting on makeup, getting ready for the show, sees a photo, picks it up, and is like, what's this? Oh, it's my fucking, what used to be my mother, and crumbles it up. He crumbles it up.
See, I wondered
after he just killed her, if not that morning, if not the night before. He just
I think it was that day.
Yeah, it seemed like that, and it just showed like how gone he is. Like that is it was that easy for him to go from I love this woman with everything I've got to you are nothing to me. Literally, you're dead, and you're dead as a memory. I crumbled you up, tossed you. Dude, I could not believe how much there is for you to pick up on if you see it a second time. I see why people are seeing it like 2 or 3 times.
I don't think you need to see it once, man. Like, because you know me, I fucking examine everything that's going on. Because like the whole time during the movie, I'm sitting there like covering my mouth, going, "Oh my God!" My girlfriend's sitting there like, what's going?" You know, and I'm sitting there because like I want to keep watching the movie. And I told her like, "I'll tell you later," you know, because I'm sitting there and I'm seeing all of this, and I'm just like, I'm picking up. Like again, I went going to this movie without really any expectations, but hoping it would be good. You know what I mean? Because
that's all I had too. I was just looking forward to a new iteration of the character, and just hoping that they did him justice. And my God, was I not prepared for how much of a. It's not even a Joker movie. I mean, it is a Joker movie, without a doubt.
It's its own Joker.
But it transcends. It's so beyond that. I mean, clearly, it's taken the world by storm. Like, this is a movement now.
But Joaquin Phoenix, though, with how much weight he lost, though, I will say this, man. I want to know how much he weighed during the making of that film. Because, holy fuck, dude, he looked like he was gonna die. It looked like he was gonna keel over and die, and he's second.
Dude, I wanted to snatch that cigarette out of his hand.
Oh, right.
At certain points, like there was that part when he was watching Thomas Wayne on the TV, and it was the part where it was right after the train murders, and Thomas Wayne was giving his little fucking spiel about it, saying how the people look at us like that have stuff, as I forgot what he said, like privilege or something, but those are without. We look at them like clowns or whatever. And he's just sitting there on the couch.
People who have went and made something of themselves. That's what it was.
Yes. Typical fucking privileged mindset of like I went and got it, so you can do the same.
But is there also not some truth to what he said though? Because it takes a person to go and make the drive to actually make yourself successful. You know what I mean?
Yes, but the thing about that is like we don't even know Thomas Wayne's struggle. So like
I don't really think there was much of a struggle.
That's what I mean.
I don't think. At least if
that's
I'm
what I mean.
Like
it's like it's easy for you to say, hey, I did it. You can do it too. You can get up and have the same amount of drive as I did and make make something of yourself. But it's like, dude, you're a Wayne. Like Waynes are generation on top of generation. It's a fucking it's Trump.
Yeah, I mean, Trump without say. I mean, he is running for, what was it, mayor?
Yeah.
He was mayor, so I guess, in a way, it is Trump.
I don't think it was intentional. I just think it was funny how much
it's intentional, but it's very like in the times. You know what I mean? Like whether Todd Phillips.
I tell you what was intentional. One of the guys on it had to have been intentional. There's no way. One of the guys on the train, one of the guys that he kills, looks exactly like Trump Jr. Looks exactly like his son.
Is this a big skinny dude who's like really like the main guy? Is that
with the slick back hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, he was dressed like him, had the slick back hair, everything. I swear that was intentional.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, we're going to start seeing people being like, oh yeah, look, they put Donald Trump Jr. in the movie.
They already have.
Have they really?
Yeah.
Is this already being a big, huge-ass fucking thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking great. I wonder if Trump's going to be like, this movie's not American. You cannot show this at all. We need to take this movie down. Any movie proceeds that went to the movie should go back to the American people. Watch. I guarantee you he's going to say some stupid shit like that.
But it tripped me out, like, how much he really wanted to be a good, true, civil person.
Well,
like,
that's how the Joker was, though, even in the comic book, though.
But so much so that he loved kids. Even with a fucked up sense of humor like his, he loved kids. Like,
do you think that's also part of the reason why he liked the midget?
Maybe. Or I just think it was just honestly just, you know, he
Oh no, the midget was nice. I get that, but
no, I was just gonna say, like, he has to put up with, you know, he has an affliction as well, you know,
right? So
like,
he can't be.
He suffers.
Fuck with it.
Yeah, he suffers from being short. I suffer from fucking uncontrollable laughter. Yeah.
We have some common ground here.
But kids, though, like, he loved kids so much so, even the part he's at the Waynes and he's choking Alfred and he only stops. He would have Alfred
because he sees
Alfred would have been dead had Bruce not been there. He saw Bruce and immediately just dropped him and ran.
Alfred's a bitch.
Yeah. But he had already killed before this, so he had no problem killing. He would have killed that motherfucker had Bruce not been there.
Right. But I mean, I hope with this movie, or at least with DC, because obviously this is DC. This is their own shit.
Mm-hmm.
They need to capitalize on this. And DC, you're listening. You need to capitalize on this. Not even in the way of making a second Joker movie, because you need to do that anyways. No. But you have something now that Marvel does not.
Yes.
You have something now that is your niche.
Fuck Marvel. Anybody.
Well, anybody
When's
in general.
When's the last time a movie has touched this many people? We're talking
the last Avengers movie.
Yeah,
I mean, in a sense, a bunch of people.
But I mean, so much so that they're like carrying it and having it apply to their agendas.
It doesn't.
We haven't seen that, and I don't even remember how long.
I know, and that's what that's.
This is why, like, and Warner Brothers has shown just how they've been handling their DC films, that they are reactionary, that they watch how people receive these movies and they move on with that. That's why Justice League was a disaster, because they saw how people reacted to BVS and they were like, oh shit, well then scrap that Justice League movie and get Joss Whedon in there and he'll make it fucking fluffy like
Joss Whedon will make everything better.
Yeah, he'll make it fluffy like Marvel. You know, he did the Avengers, so this is our Avengers film, so let's get the guy that did that. And look at what happened. It's like the lowest earned DC film they've made.
And you know me, how critical I am of the fucking Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
You already, you know. But for people who don't know,
Academy Award winner Suicide Squad.
Yes, Academy Award winning Suicide Squad.
For best makeup, for those who don't know. Did you see how real those Joker tattoos looked? I mean, my God, that is total Oscar worthy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, granted, Jared Leto's Joker sucked ass, but, you know, I mean, sorry, Jared Leto, I love you, dude.
I'm kidding. The makeup looked like I can't believe that won an Oscar. I cannot believe it.
He had to win something. I mean, it won fucking best soundtrack. I mean, I think. Or did it? I did like its soundtrack, though. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple songs on that I actually did like.
I would hope so. They kept hammering in fucking pop songs every 30 seconds. Like
that, and it was a lot of 21 Pilots.
21 Pilots and fucking Eminem.
21 Pilots is still the shit. I still love them. I love 21 Pilots. I remember when you showed me them, and they were tiny. You're like, oh yeah, look at this Kaleidoscope. It was like one of the very first songs they had made that was popular.
Even though they sold out, they're still cool.
They're still cool.
You
guys are still cool at our books. But no, but
they need to run with it. I don't see how they. What I meant was by how reactionary they are. I don't see how they see how success. It's going to be the biggest DC film they've. I think the Dark Knight
it is the biggest DC film.
I think the Dark Knight is still the highest. I think that's over $1 billion. But Joker is like barely in like his third week of release, and it's at 900 million.
It'll go past that.
It's gonna go past the Dark Knight.
But what I was going to say,
they're not gonna let Todd Phillips go.
No, they shouldn't. As they shouldn't. He just did this for them. I fucking hope they wouldn't let him go. But what I wanted to say about the Suicide Squad was this, because a lot of people. I say this, it was a good movie for if you have never paid any attention to anything comic book wise. It was a good movie for people who to like, in a way to be introduced to be like, hey, this is what comic book movies will look like in a shorter, condensed way, sure. But if you're a comic book nerd, that movie sucked absolute ass.
It was a popcorn film.
It was a popcorn film, and my thing was this. How the fuck are you going to bring so many goddamn characters into one movie, and the only characters you really fucking know are Harley Quinn
and Deadshot. Will Smith, because you gotta give
because he's Will Smith. That's the only reason why you pay
gotta
attention
give
to
Will
that.
Smith a daughter,
But,
or else
yeah, it's true. But but like minus Will Smith, they bring in all these fucking characters.
Yeah, even the villain you don't even know.
And don't even give him a fucking backstory.
No.
They don't give him anything.
The Enchantress, the villain, they gave her a backstory, but it was like so rushed. It's still like I don't even understand why or what this is even for. But okay.
But like, you don't give a backstory to a guy named Captain Boomerang. People are just supposed to sit there and accept that a guy throws deadly boomerangs at people,
Well,
and his name's Captain Boomerang.
It's pretty self-explanatory
I get
because he's Australian and he throws boomerangs. So there you go. It's
I
that
get
simple.
it, but it's just like, why is he this way? Why is he throwing deadly boomerangs at people? He's one mad Australian.
Yeah,
Like, come on now, like that is such bad imagery. This is bad like imagery to give to people who have never watched a fucking movie, a comic book hero movie at that.
Yeah, Suicide Squad is not the greatest example.
Fuck no. The only thing that saves it is Harley Quinn, and that's why she's getting her own second movie.
Yeah, she was
Birds of Prey,
she was like
which actually doesn't look that bad.
Yeah.
I might go and watch it.
She was like the one
But
shining.
this is not the same actor though who played her, is it?
No, it is.
Is it?
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
All right,
no.
yeah.
She was like
Okay.
the one shining light in that movie, and she knew that, so that's why she created her own production company because she wants more control of the character. Because she was like, "Look, I put work
As she
and time
fucking
in."
should.
Yeah,
As she fucking should.
she totally should. She was meant to play this character.
How do
I
you
don't see
not
who
describe... Oh, sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
I was gonna say I don't see anyone else being able to play it. But go ahead.
How do you not describe a dude named Diablo? His name's
El Diablo.
El Diablo at that!
Was it El Diablo?
Either way, it's
regardless,
Diablo.
Yeah.
Whatever
Well,
fuck.
they gave him a little bit of a story, but
Kinda,
it
but
wasn't-
like...
look.
Water hurts him. He has to be in the dark.
Look, that movie is trashed now. It's in the can. It was trashed when it came out, and now it's literally trashed. It's put in the can. They're throwing it away.
So mad so that Jared Leto had to get mad at the fact that they made a new Joker. And it's better.
And he tried everything in his power to get it unmade.
I don't understand how. Like, Jared Leto, I'm sorry, dude. Again, I love you. 30 Seconds to Mars, old stuff, love it. You're a decent dude, but your Joker sucked absolute donkey
Dude,
balls.
they're literally trashing that Suicide Squad and rebooting it with the
Again.
they're pulling a Justice League where they're like, "Hey, this is our Avengers. Let's get rid of our director and get the director of the Avengers." Now with Suicide Squad, that was our attempt at a Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why they had so much fucking songs in it. Now that didn't work, so maybe let's get the guy, since Disney fired him over some stupid ass tweets that he made years and years and years and years and years ago. Let's get that guy to do Suicide Squad. And that was James Gunn, and James Gunn, he's got it, and he's like, I'm rebooting this shit. Like, this is a reboot.
Will
but
Smith,
we're still,
sorry, you ain't gonna be Deadshot no more.
Sorry, Will Smith, but I'm gonna keep Harley Quinn because she's rad.
She's the main bitch. So,
Yeah, I mean,
she's the bottom bitch. You can't get rid of the bottom bitch.
You
okay?
can't.
You can't get rid of your bottom bitch.
You can't get rid of
okay?
the bottom bitch, no sir. But you can't recast her. Like,
No.
you just can't. There's no one who can
It's
do
a good one. She's good. She plays the Harley Quinn to a point where, like, she is psychotic. Like, she really is psychotic, and she will kick your ass and look good doing it at the same time. Because I'm saying this right now, I get it. They're making her look like a sex symbol. I mean, Harley Quinn kind of has been, to an extent.
Yeah.
But damn, she don't look good in them booty shorts. I'm just saying. Like, any guy, even if you are dating somebody, I don't give a fuck, okay? I love my girlfriend to death, I do, even if she annoys me sometimes, and I'm sure I annoy her too, so it goes both ways.
Yeah.
But, damn that Harley Quinn in them booty shorts. Like, he'd make a girl go lesbian. I swear to God, man. It would make a girl go lesbian for me.
Oh.
Any girl who wants to fight me on that, you go right ahead, but if that Harley Quinn came up to your doorstep with booty shorts like that,
It was like,
wearing like,
oops, I dropped something.
you telling me you wouldn't look? I fucking doubt it. Okay? I doubt it. Alright? I would be furious if my girlfriend didn't look at that ass. Okay?
Speaking of angry girlfriends, did you hear who just got cast as Catwoman?
No.
Zoe Kravitz, Lenny Kravitz's daughter. And I'm telling you what, that casting is perfect.
Is she going to be as sexy as Halle Berry, though? That's the question. Because Halle Berry, Catwoman. Wah! Dude, that sparked my interest in black women so quickly.
Halle Berry's Catwoman just looked like a crazy chick.
But you wouldn't want to do her in those latex? As a kid? Come on now.
I mean, I have eczema, so that would probably irritate my skin.
Oh, you're giving me bullshit excuses. What the fuck? But, in conclusion for this movie, if they make a second, and we've already talked about this, if they make a second one, we're hoping that they do good by the first movie, because we know how fucking sequels can go before, and have gone before.
But I'm telling you, like, these two guys, Joaquin and Todd, as long as they're involved, it's going to be authentic, and it's going to be true to this character that they created.
Right. I just want what's good for this movie. Like, I just want it to be good, because I'm so sick and tired of seeing the sequel and it just not being good. It's like when you saw The Hangover for the first time, and you're like, oh my god, this is fucking good. And then you go and see the second one, and you're like...
I could not believe what was transpiring. I was like, you really just made the same movie?
Now, give it this. The second one was definitely much better than the third one.
Yeah, because the third one didn't even have a hangover. They were like, oh, so you guys want to complain that we just made the same movie? Well, then here, how about this? We don't even do a hangover in The Hangover. What?
Yes, we're going to mindfuck the hell out of you.
Like, motherfucker, we weren't mad that you did a hangover in The Hangover 2. We were mad that it was the exact same fucking night, practically.
Bullshit.
Yeah. They come across pretty much the same
Except the only
shit.
difference is you don't see the fuck... Well, wait, do you... Well, you do see... Don't you see... I can't remember what the actor's name is. He's the Asian dude who plays...
Ken Jeong.
There you go. Don't you see his dick in the second one, or is that the first one?
The first one and the second one, I believe, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got... If that was his actual dick, I feel really bad for him, because that is one tiny-ass little dick.
The first one, he said, was him. I don't know if he hasn't... I don't know if he's...
The one with the monkey where it's like...
Yeah, it's like fucking with his dick. Oh my god, that movie is so stupid. Yeah, I don't think he's confirmed that one, but he confirmed the first one. He was like, "Yep, that was me, literally jumping out butt ass naked and wrapping my
That I
legs."
believe. That I totally believe. Oh my god.
But yeah, I don't want this movie to be tainted either. I really
don't want it to
I
be.
want this to remain a classic and be, handed down.
Something we can show our kids.
Yeah,
to be
handed
like,
down
look,
generation to generation. Like, here, this is like what this world could do to you.
Regardless of whether it's rated R, I'm going to show my kids this movie up to a certain point.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till my kids are like in their teens or something.
And it's something to that extent.
Like 13, yeah, you can watch Joker.
13, 14, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, although I have seen some kids watch some really fucking scary ass movies at age 6.
Dude, I've been watching rated R films since I was 5. That was not good by choice, but hey, I'm happy for it. I got to see cool shit like The Matrix in theaters, so that kind of influenced my outlook on things. That movie was mind-opening and eyes-opening for adults. You can imagine what it was like for a 5-year-old kid.
See, you had it differently. I was raised in a way where really you could not watch anything like that unless you went and did it on your own accord and accidentally found it. Then you did. Because the only one movie I ever saw scary-wise by myself down in my grandma's basement and saw it for the very first time.
Ooh.
The very first one. And I had to have been about 8 or 9. And I don't even think it was it might have been the very start of the movie. Mm-hmm. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
It's the first time you see his teeth, huh?
Well, it's when he's in the bathroom with the kid.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, bring all your friends. And, and I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I remember when I saw that
shit
too.
terrified the fuck out of me.
I was like 6 years old. My cousins were watching it. And I was like, what the hell is this? Why is a clown in the gutter? And then he does that, I was like, oh, God!
Oh, no! God damn it!
And I ran screaming. Yeah, scary movies, not so much. It took me a while to get into scary movies. Like, Chucky was my nemesis as a kid. Like, I could not get a glimpse of him without screaming bloody murder. I never heard his voice or none of that. I just would see him and freak out.
I never really got to watch any of this until I was older. Like, teenager-wise, then I got to see it. As a kid, I mean, fuck, I was lucky enough to get away with watching anime. Like, I can even remember there was a time where I had to go, again, down in my grandma's basement because that was a safe zone. That's where I could go do my own shit. Mm-hmm. But they got on me because I was watching Dragon Ball Z.
It's so violent.
It's so violent. And there's blood. And like I was watching upstairs in the living room. Grandma was like, oh, well, I don't think you should be watching this. And I have been watching it religiously at this
Little
point.
did they know it's a fucking metaphor for enlightenment.
Oh, I know. But, I mean, the way I was raised, anime and all that stuff was never brought into the house. Well, not like because it wasn't brought in. It just wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I grew up Roman Catholic. You know what I mean? Like,
it wasn't exposed to you.
No, fuck no. I had to go expose myself to this stuff. Pretty much.
Myself.
I had to expose everything I have done.
Dirty.
I mean, a little bit.
I expose myself.
I mean, if people want to watch, they better take a picture so it'll last longer. But, no, I had to expose a lot of stuff to me, like, to myself. Because, like, even going to a Catholic high school, the only thing I saw there, like, real world-wise, was fucking cliques. Like, the cliques are so bad at a Catholic school, they're worse than they are in public school.
Yeah.
They're worse, because there's less people, and if you're not a part of a certain group, well, then you are out on your own fucking island. And good luck making some goddamn friends.
Yeah, confined.
Dude, it is. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like, there's hot chicks in fucking school or whatever. They are. They're just snooty-ass bitches a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, how much play could you possibly get in the Catholic school? I don't think much. I
mean, I've heard things.
I don't think there's a lot of, there might be a round or two of playing doctor.
There were a lot of popular kids in my school because I somehow, some way, met the kid who had gone to my school, left, was selling coke to a lot of the kids in my school. And a lot of the kids I knew that I didn't like were doing coke. And it makes sense now. Shit. Because they would be in religion class. I'm not going to say out their names because I'm not going to out them. But there was a couple dudes sitting in class. And you know how, like, a dude who does coke a lot, like, he gets really tired, and, like, he's not really responsive and all this other shit. At least 3 or 4 dudes in my class would be like that almost every other fucking day. And now it makes more sense, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys were fucking cocaine the fuck out in class. And this is a Catholic high school. You don't hear that this stuff happens. I mean... I
can't believe that was their drug of choice.
Dude, right? Cocaine of all fucking things.
Like, if anything...
Now, granted, there was pot there, too. There was some fucking idiot underclassman that I fucking talked to. Like, one day he was like, oh, yeah, guess what I have? And he had, like, this mirrored box, and he opened it. There's in the middle of the hallway, and there's weed in it. And then he later gets caught. And I'm like, well, no shit, dude. You showed it in the middle of the fucking hallway.
You left the fucking scent trail.
Yeah, like, I smell the devil's lettuce. Where's it at?
I feel like coke would probably bum you out more. Like, why would you choose that to fucking...
Because the popular kids partied.
Yeah.
They partied on the weekends. Like, the popular kids, like, they were their own thing, and it would not surprise me if they went and had orgies. Just, like, how they were, like...
Just a revolt.
Just because, like, I don't know.
Fuck you, God!
I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, a lot of the people in my class now have fucking multiple kids now. So I'm like, they're like, oh, Catholic girls are pretty. No, you'd be very wrong about that. I can tell you right now. I'm 25, and a lot of them have at least a kid or two.
Once
already.
The chains come off.
Oh, dude, once they get a taste, they can't get enough of it. That's the thing I've always gotten with fucking just religious people. Once they get a taste of it, I mean, you look at Sam Kinison. Yeah. As soon as he got a taste of fucking comedy and debauchery, he stopped being a preacher and went to that. And now look.
Right.
Not to dog on Sam Kinison. I love him as a comic, but I'm just saying, like, where he went.
It's like giving a kid. It's like giving a kid that's had like a strict diet and like gluten free or some
and
shit,
then give him candy.
Yeah, give him sugar for the first time. It's like, oh, I'm never going back.
Right? Like, why the fuck would I give this up? You know, but it's weird, you know. And I've been raised in a much different perspective, and honestly, looking at it now, the way I am now. You would think with the way I was raised and the stuff like I've had to go through, I wouldn't even be like this. You know what I mean? A lot of people, and I'm not saying I always have a clear head. I always try. Obviously, everybody always tries.
Yeah.
But a lot of things just made me think. Made you think. Like some people don't get that. Like some people like going through life and stuff happening to them. They don't really sit and think about it.
No.
You know?
No, they don't.
No.
They're too busy living.
They're too busy living. You know what I mean? They don't sit and be like, well, shit. You know, I just sit and think about things. It's pretty much where I'm at now, where, like, it's what I do. Like, anything that pops up or is stuck in my brain, I have to think about it, and then I have to come to, like, terms with myself of, okay, now I don't need to worry about this anymore, kind of thing. You know, like, you have the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, if something gets stuck in your brain, like, it's just sometimes it's hard to like just let it go.
Yeah.
You know, like even sometimes like if you're in an argument about something and it really nerves you, like it's something that shouldn't piss you off, but it does, and you're just like,
what the fuck are you doing? Skip, we're still talking about Joker. This shit's getting deep. It's getting real. Go. No, I'm just
Okay, well, again, if you haven't gone to see the Joker, go see the Joker. Okay, yes, we are getting off topic here. I understand that.
Yeah.
But go see the Joker. It's very much needed. Give you a much different perspective on movies.
It really does make you consider all of the things that are possibly happening to people like this guy.
Yes.
Like that, who just cannot get a break or never had a chance, never had a fair shot at life, and we're not making it easier on him. You know, it really makes you think of that type of a person.
People can relate.
Yeah, that's why I'm definitely showing my kids.
Except in the way of like going and shooting people.
Yeah,
but you know,
yeah. I don't care if we manage to achieve world peace in the next like decade or so. I'm still going to show my kids this flick and just be like, this is what could happen to you if you let this world get to you.
Right, because you need to influence your kids in a way that's like you're putting them down the right path, and they're not going to be douchebags. Because that is the biggest thing in this world. We need to get rid of the goddamn douchebags.
Because you hear all the time growing up, you hear, you know, your parents or just grown-ups in general just be like, oh, well, you know, well, one day when you're in the real world, you'll see what it's really like. Or the real world is hard. Like, it's not easy for us. Like, we really have to, you know, work. And
struggle.
It's a struggle. The real world. And you never understand what the fuck they're talking about. And then you grow up and you see it. And it's like, well, shit. Like, I feel like that wasn't enough of a preparation. Yeah, that wasn't enough of a preparation for me. You think just acknowledging that this problem exists is preparing me for it, and it's not. It's just telling me, hey, there's going to be this thing coming, but you're not telling me things to help me cope with it. This film, I feel like, helps. It'll help, especially a young generation, cope with life. with life and the negativities that can come from society, and just learning to just always put on a happy face, or you will be fucked up in the head.
You know what this kind of reminds me of, like the topic of? It's like people obviously going to college in some aspects is a good thing to go do. Like maybe not everybody is not meant to go to college. I can honestly say that. No. There's not a lot of some people are just not meant to go.
And the times have changed where you don't even really need to go, but go ahead.
You know, but like it's that thing of like, you know, when you're going through high school and they're like, "Oh, what are you going to do when you go to college?" And thinking about it now, I mean, I'm going to be going to school here pretty soon. I mean, when you guys hear this recording, it'll probably be, I don't know when, but it'll be a little bit later. And by that point, I'll probably have been starting school. A little information for you guys. I'm going to be going to Sportscast. But it took me forever to even get to that decision. I'm 25. I got out of high school when I was 18. That's 7 years, and now I finally know what I want to do. But they don't give you preparation when you're going through school, really, to even, like, unless you're passionate about something and you really like something and then you go and do something with it, then yeah, you can build off of that. But, like, a lot of kids, at least from when I saw going through high school, like, a lot of them just didn't know what the fuck they were going to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I was one of them. Like, I can't tell you how many times I changed my idea of, like, what I wanted to do. At one point, fuck, you heard me, I wanted to be a police officer. And then at one point, I wanted to do stuff with, like, game design. And now, like, I'm going to this. Because, like, there's many things that interest me, but I didn't know what I would really be good at and what I could really dive into.
That's another thing. What would you be good at it, though? Would you be able to sustain a career?
And would you enjoy it,
Enjoy it. Yeah, that's the thing. What do you enjoy doing? And then, can you make money doing it? Can you make a life? But, you know, even that, even thinking about it, that part, yes, the world runs on money, and, like, if you don't have money, you're not going anywhere. But at the same time, I think about it like this. Should money necessarily be the factor of what you're going to go do? No.
And obviously not, but, like, people do think that way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where they're like, well, this job's going to give me this amount of money, so I might as well just go do this so I'm not worrying about money. But I'm like, are you going to be happy doing that for so fucking long? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to be, in 20 years, are you going to say, yes, this was a good idea and I wanted to do this job? Or are you going to be sitting there like, fuck, man, maybe I should have gone and tried to do something else? Yeah. You know?
No, I really feel like the elder generation needs to start now. When our chance is at bat, we got to really start changing the way we approach the younger generation about their futures. We got to stop with the cliche of what do you want to be when you grow up, because you know, being a kid and being asked that question, growing up, I never understood, you know, like, how could I even answer that? Like, and like you said, it always changes, you know, like from a kid, you know, when they start asking you when you're like around 5 or something, kids say the most wildest things, like president.
Kids say the darndest things.
Shout out to Bill Cosby.
And then the new chick who's doing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a new chick who's doing, I can't remember
they
what.
brought back Kids Say the Darndest Things?
They did.
Oh my God, I know it's on my watch list.
Yeah.
Right under Rollerball. I still can't find that movie, by the way. If there's anyone out there who has a copy, please ship it to us. I'm going to give you a mailing address eventually.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I spent all week trying to find it, bro, because I wanted to come in here prepared with a review and some recaps and some clips, and it was going to be great, and I couldn't fucking find it.
Oh, damn it. Anyways, but...
What was that? Oh, yeah, so kids say the darndest things like, you know, like, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a president, or I want to be a lawyer, not even knowing what the fuck a lawyer is. And then you get older, and then you do find your likes and dislikes, and you're like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, but you don't know the first step to even go on that path, and no one around you is showing you. They're just like, what do you want to do? Oh, that's cool, yeah, well, you can do it as long as you set your mind to it. That's all you got to do, is set your mind to it. And it's like, dude, if the kid wants to be like a fucking, like, a vet, you know, show him, you know, take him to some programs, or show him the steps that he would have to take. If he wants to be an actor, get him an agent. Get, you know, like, if he wants to be...
Take him some acting classes.
Yeah, if he wants to be a photographer, get him a camera, take him to photography classes. Like, I feel like parents put more effort into getting kids into sports than getting kids into their future careers. Right. I feel like a lot of parents look at sports as an opportunity for a career, but and it's like, come on, like how many, like 3 in a million chance.
Well,
like,
and it is, you hear the statistics, like they even run the statistics when you're watching college stuff, like, you know, like 1 out of like 1,000 people participating in college sports will be pro. You know, like it is a small number for how many people actually go pro.
Exactly.
And going into anything. Mm-hmm. Like, I can tell you the amount of fucking people I have seen come from college football and go to the pros, and they're done in like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah,
and then you don't see them.
There's no guarantee. That's why you always need a plan B, C. You need fallbacks. You need a list of things that you could see yourself doing, that you know for a fact that you can do. Because, like, for instance, like science, I loved science, but I failed at it constantly. Like, once I got into middle school, I just could not get higher than a D. But I loved science. I would have loved to have done nothing but you know, use science as a fucking career, but I can't do it because I fucking fail at it.
Like you said, they need college kids when they go pro. If they're going to do sports or anything, they need a backup plan, and that is my biggest gripe. I don't know if you've heard this, but they finally allowed college athletes now to make money off their name.
Oh, they are?
They did. They passed.
So,
that.
Oh wow.
But there also comes to this though. Yes, athletes will be able to profit off their name,
but
how many of that is it going to affect? Because the only athletes that's going to affect are the actual high profile college athletes that are there and that are on ESPN and being shown. If you're talking like a swimmer on fucking Ohio swim team, how the hell is that person going to be making money off their name?
Damn. So just like the overachievers.
The overachievers, the ones that are like I said, they're put in the spotlight already. Like if you would go down the list of like NFL draft potential people, those are the guys that could go make money off their name. But if you're gonna talk like other sports and shit, good fucking luck. And that is what I'm saying.
Well, what do they mean by making money off their? Do they mean like sponsorships, or they mean
they can get their own sponsorships and shit. So,
yeah, so that's really all it is then.
Yeah,
it really all depends if you have that name.
And that's my other thing too. Sucks. But it does suck, and that's what the one thing when people come up with this, and you know, NFL insiders, all this stuff. I know they have to say it because they're on the air, and they're like, "This is good for college football, you know, college sports and stuff." And in a sense, it is, because now I guess it gives them a better opportunity to get money where they're not going to get it from the school, because the school does not actually give them everything.
No,
it doesn't.
They take all the money.
They do.
But yeah, this will give them something to strive for. It is a start, but. Damn, dude, these poor kids.
But exactly. But my other thing is this: when you're, regardless of whether you're going to be recruited to this, like, go play football, baseball, whatever the fuck in college, what is the one main reason why you were going?
To play?
No, to go to school.
Oh.
To play, yes.
Yeah.
But
to go to school, you're right.
The ultimate reason why you go to college is to go to fucking school.
You're right.
And a lot of these guys who go to the pros they don't stick around and get their fucking degrees.
No.
A lot of them don't. You see a lot of it now. There are players who do go and get their degrees before they even just think of, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the pros. But that has not been a thing for a long time. And honestly, that's what I don't like about it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the NCAA's fault because it's a big money, power-grubbing fucking company.
Yeah.
And it's been doing it for years.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly being like basketball and football and like every other fucking sport it can get his little fucking grubby hands on. But like the focus should be that these kids are going to school. You want these kids to be able to do shit outside of going to fucking college. You don't want them to just be, college was the best part and now my life is down the fucking tube. And that's why with this, I would like it if the money that these athletes would benefit from their name go towards what their college education. Like, the money they get goes towards, like, a bank account for them that they can use towards school.
Yeah, invest.
So that way they can still go through school, and it's not just money that they're getting to be to the effect of, like, well, I'm making money now, I don't need to fucking finish school. Like,
balling!
Exactly, and that's exactly what I see from this. I literally see that where a kid is going to make a little bit of money, and he thinks that's going to be enough for him to just sustain his life after this. He doesn't need to finish school. And then he's going to leave, and then he's going to, like, his life's going to go, I have this money, now I don't have this money.
You make a great point. You need a fall plan. You need something to fall on. Like people who join the military. And, like, I've seen countless of guys join the military, and then in a matter of months, like, it seems like shortly after basic training, they're, like, then stuck, like, back in the same predicament there was before they left. They're just stuck looking for jobs. I've seen one guy join the military, and then, like, in a matter of, like, 4 months, ends up working at a fast food joint.
Yeah.
I hope there'll be some like president and administration or something that can just create some kind of better system for at least education or a career path, like something that we can get these young, hardworking people into that can set them for life. Or, you know, all they have to do is put in the effort and time, and they'll have, you know, a fucking life. But it really is now just, it's still a dog-eat-dog world. It's still just, you know, whoever prospers, and if you don't, you're a fucking clown.
Pretty much. And I was going to say, like, the ultimate thing is if the emphasis wasn't money, we would be. We would be exactly there. That's the problem here.
Exactly.
Everything is ran through money.
Exactly.
And that's why I said the NCAA, that's what they are.
The system is just made systematically to benefit the power of money.
You know how much the NCAA makes a year?
Yeah,
on like football alone? Like, holy fuck, man.
That's why I perked up.
And none of that goes to the universities.
That's why I perked up when you said that these kids are making money finally. I was like, because I just heard that recently, how, like, I didn't even know that. I just heard, like, maybe a month ago how the NCAA doesn't pay the players, hardly gives the universities a cut. And I'm just like, what? Like, how? How does that happen?
It's a mob thing, man.
Dude.
It really is. Like, it sucks. And like I said, I love, you know,
these are people's lives.
Yes.
They're putting their lives
in. And you know me, I love college football. I love watching college anything. But, like, just seeing, like, some of these, you know, like, they get taken fucking advantage of. Like, now my family would dispute that. Like, I even had a talk with them, and we're like, well, they get the dorms and food, and I'm like, okay. But when it comes to just, like, other personal shit, they don't have money for that.
No, they're putting their life on the line.
That's why you saw, who was it, Terrell Pryor years back, he fucking selling his jersey, selling his fucking rings, and all this stuff to make money, to get money. Like, that he did it. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure he was in some legal trouble at school already in the process anyways, but, like, you really expect these kids to not, like, go and try to make money off their name? Like, do you really expect them to not do that? Especially if you hype them up as much as they do with any college fucking athlete.
Yeah.
They're gonna go make money on their name. Come on now. Any normal person fucking would.
You got to. Unfortunately. You know? Kids, please, just make smart choices. And I know that sounds like a cliche thing to say also, but just, like, I mean by that, just, like, if you got a vague idea of what you want to do, just make sure it's
your idea.
Make sure that it's your idea and it's exactly what you want to do. But make sure that you do some research and make sure you got your shit together. You got your game right. You got your game tight, and you know everything that you got to do.
Right. Get it tight.
And you've thought out all the possible possibilities that could happen. By the time things happen, you already know what to do. You already got the decision made.
And be
careful.
Yes, be careful. And by no means do we mean this by we have all the fucking answers about all this stuff. We clearly don't. Like I said, I'm only 25. I barely live my life in a way of I can actually give like actual life advice. But at least to the younger generation kids, we can relate to that because it wasn't too long ago we were kids ourselves.
Yeah.
Now, granted, people would still probably call us kids because we're not.
And I would welcome that because I still look at it like, I still got a lot to experience. I still got a lot to learn. I
ain't got a kid yet.
I still got a lot of opportunities to uphold. But, dude, just be careful out there. Like, really, it's not easy. The world doesn't make it easy. And all you got to do is just roll with the punches, baby.
But the best line for advice that I could give, nothing in life meaningful is ever easy. Nothing ever is. You know what I mean? Like, nothing that you want that's actually meaningful that's going to help your life is ever fucking easy. If it was fucking easy, everybody would have fucking $300,000 houses and we'd all be fine right now. You know, at least. That could be just lowballing it here, but, you know, at least $300,000 house, it sounds fucking good to me. I don't know about you. You know what I mean? Like, even just having a house in general. Yeah,
that's what I always... That there would be nothing that will bring you more joy than knowing that you are sustainable and you have that sense of security, that you have a home that is yours. Like, that's why I said if I ever won the lottery or if I ever got a large sum of money, I would just buy a house. It wouldn't have to be a big-ass mansion or nothing. Just maybe a 4 to 5 bedroom house in case I have a guest that needs a place to crash for the night. That's about it. Just give me that and I'm good.
The other thing is, though, you just don't want your view to be skewed, though, by that same thought of, yes, shit you want is meaningful and you want it, but just make sure that you're still the same person at the end of the day and your viewpoints and everything that you thought of before you got successful are not skewed.
If you don't remember where you came from, you don't deserve to be where you are.
No, exactly. That's the bigger point I was trying to get to.
Yeah, don't be the light at the end of the tunnel. Be the tunnel at the end of the light.
Exactly, yes. But now, moving away from that deep talk about the Joker and a bunch of other fucking things, I touched on this last time. I mean, we just said it. I'm a college football fanatic nerd. Okay.
Oh, is it about that time?
It is about that time.
All right, well, people, now, if you are a sports head, then you're going to love this, because we got the scoreboard with BJ.
Fuck yeah, it is. All right. Now, I'm only going to be talking about 2 today. I'm not going to go diving into the fucking sports world, because we would be sitting here for fucking hours if I did that.
And he'll get mad.
And I would get mad, because there's a lot of things sports-wise that I would love to talk about, but I'm not going to touch on fucking everything. Main 2 are going to be college football and hockey, because huge hockey nerd. St. Louis Blues finally won the Cup in 2018, so fuck yes, finally. And if you know anything about the St. Louis Blues, that is one of the biggest things that happened to that fucking franchise.
Big accomplishment.
Big accomplishment. Literally started in the 1960s and have not won for fucking 50 years. Last time they were in the Stanley Cup, they just started.
You're my boy, Blue!
Exactly. Like, it long time fucking coming.
You're my boy, Blue!
You're my boy, Blue! Go Blues! Yeah! But,
Blue, you're my boy!
Just, that for the city of St. Louis was fucking fantastic. I called my fucking dad and grandpa crying because they had fucking won.
Crying man tears.
Oh, dude, it was... Oh, God, I was crying. Really a bunch of man tears. Okay, well, first we're going to start off with the top 25 with the college football. Now, this is November 3rd. November 2nd was that Saturday. A lot of crazy shit actually happened on that Saturday. Now, I will say this. The first top 5... same. They didn't really change much. You got LSU at number 1, which I don't know about you, but for me that's a huge surprise because LSU's never been this good. They're up there. Alabama's ranked 2nd. Of course, Alabama's always fucking ranked 2nd. Or at least in the top 5. Number 3 is Ohio State. I mean, there's not much to be said. Ohio State, Clemson. This one was a shocker to me because it's Penn State. Penn State has not been this good. Literally, nobody wants to say the dude's name because of all the fucking shit that happened, but from the Joe Paterno era. Okay? I understand Sandusky and all that shit, but this is the one thing I'm going to say to you people. You cannot erase Joe Paterno because he is Penn State football. Before him, there was no football at Penn State.
Get it through your goddamn.
There wasn't. Like, I understand that he should have done more in that case with Sandusky and all that shit. I understand that completely. And the amount of shit that happened to those kids over the years, fucking terrible.
But he is Penn State.
But he's literally Penn State. He was there for fucking 50 years as your head coach. Penn State, you cannot erase that. I'm sorry. What are you going to do? Oh, yeah, our university started in 2010. Nothing else before that. Nothing else football-wise ever fucking happened before that.
Established since 2010.
Yep, established since fucking 2010, but they've been around since, like, 1890. Oh, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, Penn State. But then we have, well, and these are all from November 2nd. So this first list, this is all November 2nd before any of the stuff happened. So, number 6 yesterday was Florida. You'll see why here in a second why that's, this list gets a little weird.
Rocky.
A little rocky. Florida at number 6. Oregon at number 7. Georgia at number 8. Utah, which is fucking weird. They've always been decent, but to get this high, I don't think they've really ever been this high before. Like, ever. Utah's at number 9. Oklahoma's 10. Sorry for you guys' loss. Oklahoma's not making the college football playoffs. I'm sorry. Auburn at number 11. And then we had, which is a hawker, is the Baylor Bears came into November 2nd at ranked 12. The last time this happened is when they had Art Briles, and this is way before the whole he recruited to do with sexual assault charges and like all these sanctions got on the team. So the fact that they are up here now after almost a 4-year gap of being shitty as fuck is pretty fucking impressive. I'm not gonna lie. It was a rough game to watch, but you know what? A win's a win. They're proving the doubters wrong. Another one that's fucking surprising. Row the boat at fucking Minnesota with PJ Fleck. That's his mantra. And if you don't know where that comes from, go watch him in West Virginia when he was there as their coach. That was his mantra. Row the goddamn boat.
Row the boat.
Row the fucking boat. That's what got Western Michigan all the way to a fucking New Year's 6 game. And they lost, but the fact that they made it there, it's West Michigan. My bad, not West Virginia. West Virginia still sucks, but Western Michigan. My fault. Western Michigan. But yeah, that was his whole mantra, and he's doing it with Minnesota right now. They are ranked 13 in the country. When was the last time you saw Minnesota ever ranked anywhere in the top 15? The last time I'm sure they were up there was in the 1990s. I'm sure of something like that. Yeah, number 14, you got Michigan. Overrated as fuck. Harbaugh, you're there. Cool. Michigan's still overrated as fuck. They will never beat Ohio State. Ever. At ranked 15, this one's a huge surprise. It's SMU. Ranked at 15 in the country. You know anything about SMU and why that name is significant? It's because that was the only team in college football history to ever get the death penalty. Now, Gene, I'm not sure if you know what the death penalty is or what really goes along with it.
No, sir.
Well, back in the 1980s, SMU was trying to be the big powerhouse, at least Texas-wise. Like you had Texas, Texas A&M, you had all those other big schools. Okay. SMU was on the rise. They were starting to get these recruits they had, and big football nerds are going to love this, that I even fucking know this, or even know what the fuck I'm talking about. They had the Hall of Fame running back that everybody knows now is Eric Dickerson. They had Eric Dickerson on their team and recruited him to SMU. Him and Craig James. And they were big. They were like, they had 4 seasons where they won 10 games or more. They were close to winning a national title. And then they got hit with sanctions because there was one player who came out and got cut by the team that decided to spill the beans on everything that they were doing. They were paying players off. They were giving players cars, apartments, moving their whole families down there just so they would go play at SMU.
Wow.
And they got the death penalty. This went on for years. The NCAA was investigating them for years, yada, yada, yada. They're still winning, blah, 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 blah. Eventually, they got the death penalty in 1989. And the death penalty is this. Your whole program, your whole football program shuts down.
This is disqualified?
It doesn't exist.
It's dead.
It's dead. You can't do anything. There's no practices.
We don't recognize you.
Pretty much. They don't recognize you as a team at all. They had the death penalty for 2 years, and they were allowed to bring them back.
Wow, so they ruined it for everyone.
It's been 30 years since they've ever been ranked in the top 15. The last time they were ranked this high was 1982 when they had Eric Dickerson and Craig James.
Damn, bro.
And the fact that they're this high now, it's fantastic. Now, again, the game that they played against Memphis, which I will get to on this list because they're on here too. You know, they may have lost the game, but I will say this. Whatever that SMU coach is doing there, oh, dude, he has got that program going in the right direction. I very much agree. Like, again, they lost, and Memphis is a holy fuck. If you want to see offense, you go back and watch that SMU and Memphis game. There is nothing but fucking offense that game. It is ridiculous.
Sounds like he should be the one saying, row the boat!
Row the boat! Row the boat!
I'm gonna right this ship!
But what they have going on there is great, and they have not had this in many years. So I hope they can continue with this. But they were ranked at 15 before they lost. 16, Notre Dame. Will also say overrated as fuck. And I will say it because of this. They even had a documentary on this. You know when was the last time Notre Dame won the national championship?
No.
1989. When they had Lou Holtz as their coach.
Golly. Now that is overrated.
Yes, and they have been literally the standard bearer for 30 years and have not won shit. The last time they made it to a national championship, guess what the score was?
Not good.
45-30. At least I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was something close to that extent where they got absolutely destroyed by Alabama.
So what the fuck? Are they like the people's champion or something? Like, why do I always hear about, people clamoring for Notre Dame?
Because they were the standard bearer. For a long time, Notre Dame was the blue blood. Well, I guess people would consider them still a blue blood. I really don't, because they have not won much. Notre Dame used to be that standard bearer. They would always go and win a national title. Like, that was the expectation, which still is at Notre Dame, to go win a national title. That is, most coaches that they've had were there for at least 6-7 years, won a national title, and then resigned.
So it's kind of it resembles the fandom for Huskers, how they're just keeping the hope alive, keeping the dream alive.
It is, but their expectations are so much fucking more ridiculous and high.
Oh yeah, the spectrum is completely astronomical.
It is, because if you go look at Notre Dame every single year, they are rated at least in the past couple years have been rated in the top 10. And I'm sorry, they're overrated.
They're popular.
They're popular and overrated as fuck. So, number 17, Cincinnati. That's a fucking shocker for me. Cincinnati is just... There's so many of these smaller teams getting ranked, and I love it. I really do. I love seeing all these smaller schools being ranked up here, and it's fantastic. Wisconsin was ranked 18. Iowa was ranked 19. Appalachian State was ranked 20. If you don't know who Appalachian State is, small Division II school that is famous for beating Michigan when they were ranked number 2. And it was the biggest upset in college football history up until that point. Number 21 is Boise State. They're always up there. They're the best things in the Mountain West Conference. Kansas State, a little weird. Kansas State hasn't been that good. The only reason why they're this good is because of the coach. If not the best Division II school. When the coach at Kansas State was there coaching, he won 5 national titles at Division II. That's unheard of and insane. He maybe lost a total of less than fucking 10 games since he coached there. Yeah. And he finally got to go to Kansas State, and now they're ranked fucking 22nd in the country right now, which is insane. Because last year, they sucked absolute ass. Like ass.
A lot of the little guys are tired of being little guys.
They are. This is another one. Wake Forest, small school, got a bunch of good recruits and a bunch of good transfers going to this school. They are ranked in the top 25, which does not happen at all. Does not happen at all. Memphis, again, with fucking SMU in the American Conference, because that's what the conference they're in. It's the American Conference. The last one, San Diego State. Another small school. You do not see these guys get up here.
Never even heard of them.
Nope, exactly. They're the Aztecs. Now, again, that was fucking literally Saturday. This is Sunday. Again, top 5 does not change. Still LSU, Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, Penn State. Stays the same. This is when it starts getting a little weird with the jumps in the rankings. Georgia is now ranked 6. They moved up 2 spots. And you know what? Good for them. They had a really bad loss, and then they came back and somehow managed to win. Oregon's still ranked 7. They did their business, and won. Did dominating fashion, I might add. Utah is now ranked 8. 8 in the country. Let that sink in for a minute. For all you Pac-12 guys out there, this is your absolute last shot to get a team into the fucking championship. Oklahoma went up to 9. They had the bad loss against Kansas State, and that is why they're now not in the top 5 anymore. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? What in the fuck is wrong with you guys? The past 3 quarterbacks you have are 2 have won the Heisman, 1 is a Heisman hopeful. You've had 2 Heisman winners on your team, and you guys cannot somehow win the national title. Do you understand how many teams would love to have a Heisman winner on their team? 2 years in a row? 2 years in a row! And you guys can't do it. Lincoln Riley, you're a great coach. You are taking over for Bob Stoops and doing, honestly, in my opinion, a much better job than what he started off doing. But at some point, you guys have to stop losing games that you guys should have won. And honestly, for me, Kansas State put the hurt on you guys. They moved 2 guys around like you guys were fucking school children. They scored on you guys and kept score with you guys when you guys had still have one of the best offenses in the fucking country, and you guys somehow lost. Come on! Like, are you fucking kidding me? You guys want to be considered in Alabama, you gotta stop losing to the bad teams. You see Alabama losing to bad teams? No, but when they do, they still make it to the national title.
Do you see what I see?
Apparently they don't, because I don't see shit right now. But then Florida going all the way down to number 10. But I will give Florida this. They lost their starting quarterback, Felipe Franks, at the beginning, I wouldn't say beginning, but it was like a couple games in. He was their starting quarterback, out for the year, out with the ACL injury. He's gone. The fact they're still sitting up here at 10, when honestly I would have thought their season would have gone downhill by now because they lost their starting quarterback. Kudos to them. Baylor is ranked number 11, and they have not done this for a while. Big 12, this is your last shot to get into the fucking championship. Besides Oklahoma, if somehow Oklahoma fucking fucks up somehow, Baylor's your only shot. Think about that. Auburn went down to fucking 12. Fire your coach and get somebody else. Again, Minnesota still at 13. Row the boat! PJ Fleck, he's still 13. You got Michigan, they stayed the same, 14. And then you got Notre Dame going up from 16 to 15. Cincinnati still ranks at 17. Iowa's ranked fucking 18. You guys have the same coach for fucking 20 years. Don't fire him. You guys are doing fine. Iowa, just keep doing what you're doing, okay? You guys are consistent.
Stay consistent and stay persistent.
Exactly. But then, this is literally the biggest jump out of everybody in the standings. Memphis went up to rank 19 after being 24, beating SMU. Memphis, your coach, Norvell, you guys got something fucking going there. Holy shit, I have never seen so many home run hits on the offensive side in my fucking life. Kansas State went up 2. They're ranked 20 now. Boise State, still at 21. Wake Forest is now 22. Wake Forest is getting up there. And then we have poor SMU going from 15 down 8. This is the worst one in the whole list. They go from being 15 down to 23. Now, granted, it's because they lost and they were a big favorite in this game to win. Do I think they should be punished this bad for losing a team in their own conference who's ranked? No. But the reason they do is because they don't like small schools, and they don't really like small schools having a high rank. So when they lose, they're like, well, you really need to get punished for this. Because you couldn't go undefeated, you're a small school, and that's the only way you get recognition in this. At all. Like, that. Unfortunately, that's how college football works, and it's kind of sad.
It's for your own good.
It is for your own good, goddamn. Know your goddamn place. San Diego State, Aztecs are now ranked 24. They're usually up there consistently. I mean, they can produce, guys. They really can. Now, this one is a shocker. And if you guys didn't see, yes, Appalachian State is not ranked anymore. After losing this game to Southern Georgia. But Navy squeaks into the top 25 at 7-1. This is big, people! When's the last time you saw an academy team in the top 25? When was the last time you saw Army, Navy, Air Force, any of those guys in the top 25? This is unseen territory we have here. And they run a triple option! Who the fuck runs a triple option anymore? Nobody! The last dude to do it was at Georgia Tech and he got fired. This is insane. If Navy can keep this up, this will make a better standard for the academy schools. Navy, don't fuck this up. Alright? Going away from the top 25, because that was long, and I'm sure everybody's like, oh my god, he went through the whole thing. Yes, I did. I wrote this all down. I was gonna go through the whole goddamn thing.
He did what he said he was gonna do.
I did. I literally multitasked the fuck out of this before we even started this podcast. When I tell you I was watching YouTube, writing down shit, and watching football all at the same time, that is no joke. Just to get all of this fucking statistics and shit. Now this one reaches home. This is for all the Nebraska fans out there. And this is not the reasonable ones. This is not the ones I'm talking to. The ones who literally came into the season being like, hey, we're not the best. We may go 7-5, but that's our highest ceiling. I'm talking about those motherfucking people. Literally, there was a bunch of people saying that Nebraska would go undefeated this year. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. That is the actual reaction I was expecting to get out of that. Now,
sorry.
But here's the thing, Husker fans. And even for those people, and there have been whispers of like, we should fire Scott Frost.
Loud whispers.
Loud whispers. I'm going to tell you right now why that is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever heard. No, you shouldn't fire Scott Frost yet. You want to know why? Because he's only in his second goddamn season with this team. You do not turn a team around like Nebraska in 2 years. Yes, I understand everybody's like, oh, but he did it at UCF. Where does UCF play? What conference does UCF play in? The American Conference, which is a bunch of the small schools, not taking anything away from them. They're doing great, and they are in the top 25 with a couple of schools. Awesome. But when you think of powerhouses, do you think of UCF? No. You don't think of any of those schools as a powerhouse. With the schools like those, you can make a huge turnaround, because if you have a good coach's name and a coach who knows what the fuck he's doing at a small school, you can make a small school good. We are seeing that now with Memphis, SMU, UCF still, even with Scott Frost not being there, they're still pretty decent. I will say that. Look, you have these small schools that are still playing, but it's because of the conference that they're in. You cannot expect a guy going from a smaller school going to a bigger school to literally turn the team around in 2 years. That is absolutely fucking insane.
He still has to build a rapport with the team, you know, because a team, when they get a new coach, more often than not, they're going to be defiant at first. They're going to be like, no, this is how we're used to doing shit. Because they're not used to it. Yeah, this is how we're used to doing shit. You're the new guy. You're the new kid. Get the fuck out of here with your rules.
Yeah, a lot of the players that he has aren't his. But Nebraska fans, be patient. That is the biggest thing I can tell you guys right now. Again, I started watching Nebraska football literally right after the Eric Crouch era. It was the last good spurt of Nebraska football being great. I have been sitting in mediocrity for years. For years. 20-odd years more sitting in mediocrity, okay? Like, I understand. I want Nebraska to be just as good as the next guy. I want them to succeed. I want to finally see the Tommy Frazier version of what we will have in the future. I want that too. But it's not going to come right away. When you have patience and you believe in a system that's going to work, and that is the biggest thing when people are like, oh, I want the old Nebraska way to come back. You know what's the biggest part of that? Patience. And that is what is lacking with a lot of Nebraska fans in general. Husker fans need fucking patience. We have the coach that is willing to be here. He wants to be here. Scott Frost moved his whole family from Florida here. This shit absolutely fucking pisses me off to no end. And you can already see it. I'm ranting.
Yeah.
I'm ranting because this annoys the fuck out of me. We have had bad coaches. Bill Callahan. one of the worst coaches we have ever had in this fucking history. We had a stretch where we didn't have a losing season. He broke that. And now we have losing seasons abundance now after that. The standard of us not having a losing season went away after Bill Callahan came here. And you know what? Fuck you, Peterson, former AD. I coursed you too. Fuck you too. You guys absolutely fucked the Nebraska University to its goddamn knees. To its fucking knees. To the point that the fucking football program wasn't even relevant anymore. The only people who knew it was relevant were the fucking people in the state. That's it. Nebraska outside of that was a laughing stock. But you guys were like, it's fine. You're the Hades and Husky player. We can do whatever the fuck we want. It's all good boy system. Fuck you guys. I'm glad you guys are gone. I'm really glad you guys are fucking gone. You guys can go fuck up some other university. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Bill Moose, you're awesome. I hope to actually sit down and have a conversation with you one day. Hopefully you don't hear this and be like, he's just a belligerent asshole. I'm not. I'm a very passionate fan, trust me. This shit gets me heated as all fuck. All fuck. Because I know it can happen. We have great talent. We have not had this kind of recruiting in years. But you guys want to sit there and be like, oh, well, we were projected to win the Big Ten West this year. Off of what? We went 4-8 last year. What in the fuck are you guys smoking? I smoke pot and I never thought that. Come on now. What the fuck? How in the fuck are we going to go from 4-8 to like 10-2, 9-3? Off of what basis do you really think that was going to fucking happen? I would love to hear it. I would really love to hear it. I'm sorry, Snorlax. I knocked you over. My bad. Where does that come from? And where does it come from that we were going to go 13? We were going to go to the national championship. Ah! Where? What? I want to know what you guys are smoking to think that way. Because I want to know where you guys are coming from. Because that makes no fucking sense to me. At all. Like, anybody on the outside perspective not even knowing about football, but just looking at the past 20 years of Nebraska football history, would tell you that what you just said, going undefeated in a season, even going 10-2, 9-3, are insane. Insane. We went and lost the lead to fucking Colorado when we were winning!
See? You see what you did? You see what you did, sports? You made him mad. This is what I said. I didn't want BJ to get mad, and now look at what you did. You made him mad.
Oh, man. Mad, trust me, mad would be me being belligerent and just yelling the whole time. I'm more just fucking mentally frustrated that the fact that people don't sit down and are just like, look, these are the unreal expectations of what we want. This is what's actually going to happen.
Well, you see, you made him frustrated, which is just a mild version of being mad.
Upset. Yes, it's just a mild-ass version. You sons of fucking bitches. But we need to be patient. We are going to get a team that we are going to like. Okay, it's gonna happen. May not be next year. May not be the year after that. It might take 5 years for this to totally be rebuilt, and that's what it's gonna take. If people were expecting a fast fix, it wasn't going to happen. Because you can't do that. Going from UCF to Nebraska is completely different. Nebraska is a much bigger entity. This is all we have here. The amount of watching and just observing of this team, it's our fucking sport. It's our pro team. It's our pro team out here. That's what we have. UCF didn't get all those looks. But you are under a microscope down here. Anything and anything. I mean, I fucking heard a thing where some people were like a little like worried, like, oh, well, he had to go and apologize to the team because he thought he wasn't doing a good job. Honestly, for me, that just shows he's actually willing to be emotional with his team and actually give him his honest opinion on what the fuck's going on. That's what it tells me.
He cares.
He cares. Because that's what Scott Frost does. He cares for this university. Some of these people don't do their goddamn research about their own fucking coaches, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off that they don't look at it and they're like, oh, well, he should run the defense. No. It's just, he has all the same coaches from where he was at UCF. They're going to run the same thing they did there. we're going to just have to get used to it. We're going to have to get used to this style of defense. Okay? Jesus. God damn it, people. It's gonna happen. Change will happen. Just give it fucking time. It's like a newborn child. You can't expect a newborn child to start walking as soon as he's fucking out of the womb. Mm-hmm. Oh, you got a business suit and a little briefcase? Go be a fucking moneymaker, baby. Nah! No!
I'm ready for school.
I'm ready for school now. I'm ready to go to college. I'm only 1 year old. No, you can't do that. That is not how it works. It literally... The way I describe it is... A college football team, if you're a new coach, it is like a newborn child that you have to raise and literally put the implements of what you want into place. It is like literally raising a child to do what you want it to do and act the way you want it to act. Because at the end of the day, all these players on these college teams are what? Kids! They're all kids! They're all 18 to 20-year-old kids. That's all they are. And they have to have good direction and a good I wouldn't say father figure, but they have to have a good authority figure there that they can be like, okay, I'll listen to you.
A leader.
A leader. And Scott Frost is that, but it's going to take time to get the guys that he wants to just buy into this and bring them in. Like I said, a lot of the guys on this team are not his. This is another guy's team. This is the way it was with Mike Riley, too. He had all of Bo's guys. He didn't have his guys. And then when he finally got his guys, we went and got Scott Frost. So now he's dealing with Mike Riley's guys. Like, what do you expect a guy to do? What do you expect a coach to do? With little to nothing to go off of.
This is why you get BJ to do your sports segment, because he knows what the fuck he's talking about, and he's passionate about it. And holy shit, dude, we just gotta get you a fucking sports show.
Why do you think I'm going to college for this, people? I'm going to try to go to college to be a sports broadcaster.
Because I think you just went on for like a good 40 minutes.
Oh, I'm sure I did. And I haven't even reached...
And it's insightful, and it's educational, and it's like, I mean, I don't know if anyone's listening and is like, oh God, I wish they would get off sports, but I can sit here and listen to it. I love hearing people talk about shit that they care about. I love hearing passion.
Yeah, well, it's definitely what I have. And I mean, I have it, like I said, I have it from just college football and that in general. I love Nebraska football, but I am not opposed to watching other college teams. I was
just about to literally say, you are the only sports fan I know that will follow everything.
I try
practically. You try. You definitely do.
Because if I'm going to have an argument or talk to somebody about sports, I can't just be oriented on
your team.
On my team. I can't. I know a lot about fucking Nebraska football.
And that's what I'm saying. Most people I know that love sports are they're just so focused on their team players and maybe the rival team in their mind. But you're everywhere, bro.
I try to be. I love sports to absolute death. If I could make it a living, I could talk about sports all fucking day. Now, granted, taking out some of the cursing because can't really have that on the radio waves. But I love sports to death. I can talk about sports and make a great, at least I would say, knowledgeable opinion about it. Now, have I gone and played it? Have I gone and done a lot of these things? No, I haven't, and I will admit that full out. I can't speak from a lot of experiences. This is just how I feel, but at the same time, it's more of an insightful, because I'm not just going off, this is what I would do. It's, I've seen and watched players for years.
Yeah, it's the outside looking in.
Pretty much. And now, going away from college football and my frustrations with all of that, we are going to get now to one of my favorite sports of all goddamn time. And if you're wondering why, this is one of the main reasons why. Not the main, but it's a good reason why. They allow fighting in the sport. They allow fighting in hockey. How do you not like a sport that allows people to hit the fuck out of people? Seriously. Have you ever seen a hockey player? Hockey players are tough as fuck, okay?
And the commentators, they go from commentating a hockey game to then commentating boxing. And he's oh yeah, he's bringing it down the lane. Okay, he looks like he's going for the shot. Oh my God! And then Williams just comes in. Williams just comes in with his frustrations and starts throwing rights and lefts. And oh my God, is that blood?
Is that blood? Oh God, we need to make it black and white. We can't have that on the airwaves. These are the standings. November 3rd. There's no hockey today on November 3rd. Mostly because NFL football, they don't want to interfere with that, and ratings, and all this other shit. I'm going to go through the list of the division. And I'm not going to name off every single team. I'm not going to go through every team. But we'll definitely give you an insight of who are the good teams right now, Who are the meh teams who need to start doing some shit? So first, we got the Eastern Conference. This is not where my Blues are. My Blues are in the Western Conference. This is the Atlantic Division. If you know anything about fucking hockey, this name will not surprise you being on the top of the list in the Eastern Conference in the Atlantic Division. The Boston motherfucking Bruins. They are always in the top, and if you remember from last year, they played the Blues in the fucking Stanley Cup, and we beat them. So fuck them.
Blue, you're my boy!
But they're in the top. They're in the top right now. Number one. They're fucking 10-1-2. Which, if you guys don't know about the point system in hockey, it goes this. Wins 2 points, losses 0 points, lost in overtime, which is always weird, and I never got this. Loss in overtime is 1 point. So you actually want to get to overtime. Otherwise, you lose a game, well, it didn't do shit for you. But they're sitting at 10-1-2. Yeah, not surprised. The fucking Boston Bruins are going to make it to the playoffs again. Anybody who says they're not gonna, well, I'm sorry. You're very wrong. But this also leads me to a funny story. I'm pretty sure I showed or told you about this. I'm not sure. But I went to St. Louis last year during this. Funny enough, I actually went to a game. Well, again, you know this, but I went to a game and it was coincidence against the Boston Bruins. Literally against the Boston Bruins while the Blues were on their streak last year and making a push to the playoffs.
You're my boy, Blue!
Now, while I'm sitting there, and I bought my ticket, bought my jersey, I'm ready to watch this fucking hockey game. Now, granted, I love hockey. Hadn't gone to go and watch hockey in the arena for a long time. Last time I did was 2000, and I was barely fucking 7 years old. Like 7, 6 years old. I don't remember shit. I have a hockey puck you get for being there, 2000 season, all that shit, but I don't remember anything from the fucking game. First game I get to go to, I get sat right next to a Boston Bruins fan with his apparently girlfriend. She's a Blues fan. He's a Bruins fan. Literally the whole time I'm sitting here talking to this dude about, he's like, oh, it's that classic thing of we're nice fans to each other, but it's like, he'd be like, oh, that's a penalty on the ice. I'm like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? And then there'd be a penalty on him. Like, that's bullshit. I'm like, but that was an actual penalty. What are you talking about? And I kid you not, I would assume that this dude did not have a fun time because, disclaimer, Blues won that night in a shootout, which I still have on my phone, mind you. I still have that last shootout goal by Sammy Blais, and he won the fucking game, and the arena erupted. And I mean erupted. To the point where I'm sitting there watching it, and it's like, shoot, yeah! And everybody's standing up and everything. It was fantastic. But as soon as that happened, his girlfriend turns to me, and all we do is just a commemorative high five right above him because he's still sitting down. I was like, yes! This is a great fucking feeling. This is amazing.
You're my boy, Blue!
But they won that game, and then they went and won the fucking Stanley Cup. It was just, for me, being a Blues fan for so long and seeing how many great players they've had. And if you guys don't look at the Blues history, again, I don't know everything about every single hockey team. I am Blues biased because I'm a Blues fan.
Blue, you're my boy!
Blues have had some of the greatest players to ever play the game on their team, and they've still not won. They had Wayne Gretzky for half a season just to go win the Stanley Cup, and they still didn't win. They had Brett Hull, another Hall of Famer, come and play on the team. Didn't win a Stanley Cup. We have had so many good players, so many good teams. And the biggest mantra of the Blues the whole time was, they'll make it to the playoffs, but they won't make it past the second round. That was like the ultimate thing for the Blues. Ultimate. Second round was like their fucking vice. They could not get past the second round to save their fucking lives. It was the most annoying thing to be as a Blues fan. Be like, yeah, we got a good season this. Well, time to wait for next season now. God damn it. But anyways, I got off track. So, Boston Bruins, number one. The Sabres. That is a little bit of a shock, but they're also on a 3-game losing streak, and they're 9-4-2 right now. So, yeah, you guys need to pick it up a little bit. Because if you guys don't, you guys are going to get past the fucking Florida Panthers. Okay? Let that sink in for a second. The Florida Panthers are third in the division in the Atlantic Division. They're an expansion team. They have never been good. Never. Never been good. They've had old players that were great, and they sucked ass. Florida has never been good. You don't think of Florida and you think of hockey. Right now, they're trying to make you think of hockey right now. So, You Florida Panther fans up there in the fucking woodworks, come out, support your team. They need it. Maple Leafs, Toronto Maple Leafs, Canadian team. They're always going to be playing hockey and being somewhat decent, but they're ranked 4th right now. So that kind of says where this is at right now. Canadian teams need to bump it up a little bit. Even the literal fucking Canadians team, the fucking Canadians, are only ranked 5th. And they're 7-5-2, where Maple Leafs are 7-5-3. You guys ain't doing that hot. Just saying. Pick up your shit. Okay? Lightning. That's a bit of a shocker. Lightning were actually really good last year. And they got... It makes me upset because he was on the Blues team last year and he won. Pat Maroon is now... signed a contract to be a Lightning after he won the Stanley Cup with the Blues with his home team. You think that was a good idea now, bud? Do you think it was a good idea to go to the Lightning? Don't think so. Anyways, now, here comes to a team that I'm just not particularly in favor for, only because they were in the Blues Conference and I was their biggest rivals for years because they would always win the Stanley Cup and they were our chances, would be the Detroit Red Wings, who sit literally at the bottom of the Atlantic Division, and I assume the whole Eastern Conference in general, at number 7 with only 4 wins, 10 losses, and 1 overtime loss. You guys suck ass. Detroit Red Wings, what in the fuck is wrong with you guys? You guys had so many good players, and now you guys are in the bottom of the fucking hockey world. What the hell happened to you guys? You guys have gotten so bad, it is like reverse flop now. Detroit sucks ass, and the Blues are good. It's the Blues time now. You guys get to sit and watch how bad you guys are going to be for 20 years while we go and win a bunch. Have fun with that. And if I didn't mention before, fuck Red Wings. And then comes one of the last Canadian teams, Ottawa Senators. They just suck. They've only played 12 games, so fair enough they haven't played all 15 games like everybody else. They're 3-8-1. That's bad.
That's pretty bad.
That's bad. Like, 15 games in, whatever, you still got, like, another 50 games to go. But Senators, man, you guys gotta pick up your shit. Now, after that, now we go to the Metropolitan Division. And, of course, I would not expect anything else right now. And this has to be the hottest team in hockey right now. And it's scary as fuck because they have won a Stanley Cup and they didn't. If they hadn't gotten eliminated last year, probably would have won again. But this is the Washington Capitals with Alexander Ovechkin. If you don't know who Alexander Ovechkin is, he's pretty much almost compared to Wayne Gretzky in the way he plays. He's one of those one-of-a-generation players that you watch him play and it's
magical.
It's magical, dude. The dude's got such a hard slap shot. He can get 2 goals in a single game, and that's just normal for him. But still, Capitals are above are on the top of Metropolitan. I don't really see them going anywhere. They might bounce around with 1, 2, maybe 3, but they ain't going anywhere. This is a surprise team, in a sense of because they haven't been good for years. The Islanders, the New York Islanders, have a 9-game winning streak going in hockey right now. They are 10-3-0. Which is pretty phenomenal. Now, if they had gotten those 3 overtime losses, it would have gotten 1 point, so can't really knock them. They have such a young core of a team, and they're so good right now. I just hope that they can actually keep it going, because if you can't, you guys are going to have your mediocre seasons like you guys have had in the past. And New York Islander fans, you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys have been mediocre for fucking years. So love your team right now while they're on top, okay? Carolina Hurricanes, ranked 3rd. They're... I don't really know much about them. They're playing good. They got Skinner. They got a couple other good guys on their team. They're good. They're 9-4-1 right now. Good team. This one kind of weirds me out a little bit. The Pittsburgh Penguins are 4th in their division right now. The Pittsburgh Penguins. Let that sink in again. The Pittsburgh Penguins at this point, 15 games into the season, are only 4th in the division. Is this the time to hit the red button? No. But, considering who the Penguins are, they have Sidney Crosby, they have Evgeny Malkin, they have Chris Letang, they have so many good fucking players. Phil Kessel, for fuck's sake. And they're only 4th in their division right now, sitting at 8-5-1. I don't even need to say anything, Pittsburgh. You know what I'm going to say. You guys, if there was anything to call blue blood, that's you guys. You and the fucking Bruins. Bruins are doing what they're supposed to do. They're top of their division, and they should be. Pittsburgh. You guys are like one of the best teams in hockey, and you have been for years. Do something about it. Like, Jesus Christ. Philadelphia Flyers, meh, whatever. They're 5th in their division, 6-5-2. They're always middle of the pack, and they always will be. They haven't been good since like the fucking 70s. When being a Philadelphia Flyers facing them was scary as fuck. If you've never seen a documentary, there's a documentary made about the old Philadelphia Flyers team and how fucking brutal they were as a team and how fucking rough they were. That's how hockey should be remembered. Those guys, oh my god, those guys were rough as fuck. Like, and I'm not kidding. They were rough as all fuck. Blue Jackets sit at number 6, 5-6-3. Nah, they're not going to make it to the playoffs. Sorry, Blue Jackets fans. You guys were decent last year. You guys aren't going to make it this year. Ranger fans, you're 5-5-1. You're on a 2-game winning streak. You guys haven't played as many games as pretty much everybody else. See where you guys go. You guys are even. But you guys need to do something. New York has not had a good hockey team in years. Years. That includes the New York Islanders. Like, come on. You guys are New York. New fucking York. How do you guys not have a bunch of money to dump into all these teams? I know how, because you guys all do it to the fucking Yankees. You guys pour all your money into the Yankees. Did you guys win a World Series this year? No. You know who did win a World Series this year? Disclaimer, because I was going to mention it later. Washington Nationals. They won the World Series this year. And they don't have a big market like you guys do. And you guys pay so much money for your New York Yankee team. To get back to the Metropolitan Division, rounds out with the New Jersey Devils. The Devils are only 3-5-4 right now. What the fuck happened? I don't even know what to say about you guys. That's a whole other topic for another time.
At the bottom.
They're at the very fucking bottom, and they need to do something quick. Now, coming to my division, where my Blues play.
Blue, you're my
In the
boy!
Western Division, we got the Central Division, with the Blues firmly on top.
You're my boy, Blue!
Sitting at a 9-3-3 record. I'm saying this now. They're going to make it back to the Stanley Cup. They may not win it, but they'll definitely make it back to the Stanley Cup. Especially with all the injuries they have already. This team is resilient. If you guys didn't watch last year, Blues literally are the epitome of a plug-and-play system. Where any dude they put into that system fits the part. And that is the whole point of their team. That is the whole point of their team, that it's not one person who makes the team. It's the whole team playing as one that goes and wins their games. There are games this year that they have won, and yes, I'm going to go on a huge rant about the Blues because you're my fucking team.
You're my boy, Blue!
They have had so many come-behind victories this year. I think they've had at least 9 already, come-behind victories already. And they're sitting in the top of their division. They couldn't do that last year. They did, but they barely could do it last year. Blues are going to make it to at least the playoffs again this year. They're going to. Next comes the Nashville Predators. You know anything about them, they're always up there with the Blues. They're sitting at 8-4-2 right now. On a little bit of a skid right now, but you know what? They'll bounce back on their feet. They're the fucking Nashville Predators, and they're annoying as fuck to play, because you got Pecorine as your goddamn goalie, and he's a fucking Houdini back there when it comes to playing goalie. Like, holy shit. Then you got the Colorado Avalanche, who are a surprise. They're a young-ass team. They're sitting 3rd on the division right now because they've lost 4 games in a row. They can't really do that, Colorado. But you guys are young, so I give you guys a pass. You guys are very young. All your core players are at least under 25 or younger. So, you guys will be fine. Winnipeg Jets, sitting middle of the pack, need to get into some overtime really bad because they're 8-7. They're 8-7 with no overtime losses at all, which would at least give them a point. Dallas Stars, 7-8-1, sitting number 5 in the division. Again, bottom tier. I mean, they did make it to the playoffs last year, so maybe they can make a magical run to try to push themselves, but they need to do it now. This one fucking shocks the shit out of me. Chicago Blackhawks are sitting at 6th in the division right now at 3-6-3. Chicago. I hope you guys are. I hope your buttholes are clenched right now because you guys are in a world of shit right now. Because there's no reason why you guys should be this low. You guys have so many good players on the Chicago team, it is fucking ridiculous. And you guys are fucking Blues rivals. Come on! What are you doing? Chicago? Jesus, ever since the Chicago Cubs won the World Series, you guys just went to shit. You, your football team, your hockey team, your baseball team, everything. Including the Chicago White Sox. You guys suck too, but you guys have sucked for a long time. Nothing you guys can do about that. I'm sorry, Chicago White Sox fans. You guys have a decent young team, but you guys ain't winning shit. And then we come to the last of this Central Division with number 7 with being Minnesota Wild. Minnesota Wild are 4-9-1. This is the only thing that kind of gets me where I'm like, this is a hockey place? How in the fuck is your hockey so bad? Minnesota is literally the epitome of, yeah, we go play hockey up here. And your guys' team does not reflect that at all. You guys have a lot of good young core, or a good young, decent young team with some veterans. But dude, you guys got players that are going to be like in the fucking 40s because you guys kept them on those contracts. Zach Parise, you really think he's going to last until he's fucking 40? Nah, son. He ain't going to last that long. I'm sorry. Zach Parise is a good player. He has been for a long time. But as a winger, he ain't going to be scoring 20 goals every single season. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. I don't know why you guys signed him to an extension, but you know, I don't know the hockey team. I don't know what the fuck I know. I don't know shit. But then we come to the last division, Pacific Division, with the Edmonton Oilers. And yes, you heard me. Edmonton Oilers. Last time they've been really fucking relevant since Wayne Gretzky's been there. They're sitting on the top of their division right now, 10-4-1. That's fucking surprising as shit. Like I said, the last time I remember the Oilers being any good was when Wayne Gretzky was playing there, and that was years ago. It was years ago. Like, Jesus Christ. Oilers, keep it up, man. Bringing hockey back to Canada, which it desperately needs, because you guys have sucked ass for a long time at your own good sport. What are you doing? You guys win in the Olympics, and then you can't win in the NHL. What are you guys doing? You guys invented hockey. How are your hockey teams ass? That's my question. And the only good 2 Canadian teams we have here are the Oilers and then the fucking Vancouver Canucks sitting in second with 9-3-2. Those are your 2 good Canadian teams, and the 2 other good Canadian teams, or should be, are ass. The Canadians are literally the New York Yankees of hockey. Montreal Canadiens, pick up your shit. I will say that to a lot of these teams. You need to pick up your shit. My Blues were sucking right now. I say the same thing. They need to pick up their shit. Because they're fucking Stanley Cup champions. Need to. Then we got the Anaheim Ducks sitting at number 3 here. 9-6-0. Get in some overtimes, man. These losses are going to fucking hurt you guys. There's one thing, at least with hockey, that you can say if we win in overtime, we still got a point. You guys need to get some of these games to go to overtime. So at least if you lose, you get a point and you're not sitting behind the standings because you have no overtime losses. Not saying try to get an overtime loss. Don't do that. Try to go for the win. But try to get these games into overtime. Now the Las Vegas Knights sitting at number 4. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. Went from first year going to the Stanley Cup to now just going into the middle of the pack. Because all their good players decided to go elsewhere. That's what happens when you have an expansion team. They don't want to stay there that long. Because guess who the Blues got? I know, Knights, you're going to hate this. We have David Perron. Sorry. We got him back. He came back to the Blues. Sorry for you guys. Not really. And then we got the Calgary Flames sitting at number 5, 8-6-2. Got the Phoenix Coyotes sitting at number 6 with 8-4-1. So honestly, the Pacific Division is pretty wide open here, at least going from 1 to 6. Pretty wide open here. Anybody's got a shot to be at the top. This is when it starts to go really bad for the rest of the team. It's only 2. And these are both fucking California teams. So, sorry, California. You guys ain't gonna be having any good hockey this winter. Your LA Kings sitting at number 7 on the bottom of the fucking division with 5-9-0. if LA fans, if you guys are wanting, we're going to squeak into the playoffs and win a Stanley Cup again. No, not happening. It's not happening this year. Sorry. It may have happened those other years, but it ain't happening this year. Sorry. And then this one, which kind of makes me upset, which is the San Jose Sharks. San Jose Sharks, they're pretty much in a rebuilding phase now. They got rid of all their players from a lot of decent players from last year. Still have a bunch of players, but they're trying to put it all together. They're on a 5-game losing streak right now. Sharks, Joe Thornton, Brett Burns, you guys need to pick up. You guys need to play better. This is not the San Jose Sharks that I remember, at least when the Blues, before they won their Stanley Cup. You guys are always in the playoffs. You guys are always fucking good. Make some moves. If you have to get rid of Joe Thornton, get rid of Joe Thornton. He's fucking 40 years old at this point. Really old as fuck. You guys need young players. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Now, I want to do something else. The predictions I have for this year, for the team, for at least my 4 top teams this year that'll make it to the Stanley Cup, or at least get close. Bruins, yes. I'm actually going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to say the Islanders are going to make it. I hope they do. I really want the Islanders to make it this year. Capitals, they already won once. Alexander Ovechkin will be fine. Blues are going to make it. I'm biased. They won the Stanley Cup last year. They're going to win it this year again. Quote me on that.
Blue, you're my boy!
And then one more team. I don't think the Oilers are going to be able to keep going this year. I don't think they're going to make it to the Stanley Cup. They're doing great this year. I just don't think they're going to make it. Honestly, the other team I could see making it, honestly, would be the Capitals. I mean, I don't want them to, but it's like those are the teams that I see right now. At least Capitals, Bruins, Blues, and yeah, it's so wide open right now. It really is. But if you guys are not watching your hockey, watch your fucking hockey. Watch it. It's great. It's great entertainment. It really is. I mean, and that's, at least right now, that is where I sit with my sports. And that has been your scoreboard with BJ for the long, I'm sure it's been at least hour.
That was Won't Remember a Thing Sports Edition.
Sports Edition, yes it was.
Because holy shit, I don't want to use much more time. So we're just gonna zoom through all these things. So now on to yesterday's of yesteryears. You know, maybe we need to get you like a timer or like a shot clock.
A timer?
Like a 20-minute shot clock or something. And if you don't make it, like you got to do something crazy at the end.
Oh, right.
No, but yeah. So today is November 3rd, and the most eventful things that have happened in history on November 3rd are: in 1978, Dominica gains independence. The Caribbean island nation gained its independence from the British after being colonized in 1805. Good for you. 1973, NASA launches Mariner 10. The last of the Mariner program, Mariner 10 was the first spacecraft to fly by 2 planets, Venus and Mercury. The probe flew by Venus on February 5th, 1974, and did 3 flybys of Mercury on March 29th, 1974. After which communications with the probe were terminated.
So they just shut it off?
Yeah, you served your use. And in 1954...
So they just let a hunking metal of shit just ride through space without any good purpose for it to be.
No.
Man, we're causing pollution even in the fucking space!
You know, they hit that button and it just self-destructed and left all that debris. 1954, Godzilla was released. The Japanese science fiction starring a mutated monster of the same name became an instant hit. I mean, well, that goes without saying.
Yeah. It's Godzilla!
But yeah, the first Godzilla released today, 1954. 1868, John Willis Maynard, elected to U.S. House of Representatives. He became the first African American to be elected to the House. Looking at you.
Look at you.
1838, The Times, the magazine, The Times of India was founded. The world's largest English language daily, here is daily, was launched as a bi-weekly known as the Bombay Times and Journal of Commerce in Bombay, India. Well,
Okay.
1838, holy shit.
Fucking newspaper's been around for a long ass time, goddamn.
And that's about all the eventful things that happened in yesterdays of yesteryears. Yes.
You know, I'm expecting like some random big bullshit thing to happen on one of these days where it's just like so out there, you're like, what?
Pretty good one's the last one. Like the White House was beginning to be built, and
Yeah.
Paddington Bear was published or whatever.
So what's this that you bring up here?
Okay, so just this is WRAT News. All right, so the news of this week, not a lot of much, not very eventful. Just the typical shit. People are dying and people are being born and yada yada yada. But Halloween happened. And somebody dressed up as Tekashi 6ix9ine and got greeted by an officer in an unexpected way.
Hey, the police officer wants to tell me something. I don't know what it is. What is it that she said? Hey, Tekashi, stop snitching. Get out of here.
He said, Tekashi, stop snitching. Get out of here. Also, President Trump made an appearance at the past UFC fight.
If you did not see that great display of presidency from our president.
The UFC 244 event. And, it's Trump. So, people just showed him all the love in the world. Boo, you suck! So yeah, the UFC said he's no longer welcome because he was distracting.
Very.
The people were just,
I feel like he was very distracting.
We're trying to watch a fight here.
Right. Trying to watch Nate Diaz and Masvidal fucking beat the shit out of each other. We can't do it while we're booing at the president here. It's just a big distraction.
And a little funny gag, a little prank, or a scam, as people are calling it. There's apparently this guy called Guap Dad 4000. He's being titled as a scammer rapper. So I don't know if that means that like he's one of those guys that is a troll who pretends to be a rapper and for some reason gets popularity because of that. But regardless, he's a scammer rapper. And his latest victim is none other than the biggest pop rap star of the world, Drake. He somehow got Drake to show up to this Halloween party that he said would only have 800 people. And Drake and his crew arrived to find 4,000 people. 4,000 people showed up and they charged $20,000 a table.
Oh my fucking god.
Drake and his crew were confused and furious and they decided to leave. But they did hang out for a little bit. Here's Guap Dad 4000.
I managed to get myself backstage at the Drake concert. I'm waiting for this nigga to come through. I got the Cardiac Cranberry, some metal shrine. I don't know who this shit belongs to.
He just took somebody's drink.
He's sipping on someone else's drink. Okay, here's Drake. Drake acting real shifty and scared. He's like, I'm here though.
And like, it's a lot of phenomenon going on. Man. I'm talking about City Hall phenomenon levels. Halloween party. A lot Wakanda level phenomenon. You know what I'm saying?
He is wigging out on how many people are here. He's really scared for his life right now. He keeps looking back and forth.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. They're weighing vibrations of being
Dude,
right
just
now.
sip on his
You
cranberry
know what I'm
juice.
saying? We're doing the
Fuck.
most, you know, out here, you know what I'm saying?
He's like, I'm out here though.
For real, my bro.
Hey, the Damier dog.
Out here trying to get them young girls. Mhm.
Hey, was that your champagne over there?
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drank that. He drinking everybody's drinks.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Drake must have left shortly after that. He seemed really spooked by the whole thing. He was just, the whole time he was talking. He wasn't even putting a lot of emphasis in his voice. He was just really low and just like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but hey, I'm here. What's good? Yeah, fucking 4,000 people outside. I don't know what the fuck is about to
Oh,
happen.
Jesus Christ, Drake.
So yeah, Guap Dad 4000. Watch out for this guy. He's a scam lord.
And drink your drink, too. Don't put your drink down anywhere he's near. He'll drink it all.
And a little bit of a dark tale. A New Hampshire couple was found buried on Texas beach near campsite. They somehow disappeared and somehow ended up buried under a Texas beach. Yeah, no one knows what happened to them. It's very sad.
Yeah. Did you go, did they say how? Or?
No one knows. It was James Lawrence Butler III and Michelle Elaine Butler. And they were reported missing on October 23rd. Damn, they were missing for weeks. Yeah, after family and friends lost contact. And then their remains were found Sunday on Padre Island Beach in Corpus Christi. Holy shit, I know exactly. I used to live in Corpus Christi. I know exactly which beach they're talking about. Yeah, and they were buried in the sand. Their deaths were ruled as homicides. And they haven't released the information about the cause of death. And that's about it. The couple's truck and camping trailer is missing. Yeah. So maybe they were in Texas. Maybe they just came across some strangers and yeah, something happened.
You know, I don't. It's just weird when you hear those kind of stories. It's just like, well, I mean, I want to know more, obviously. But like, was it like a? I mean, obviously they got robbed because they can't find any of their shit. So
yeah,
they got robbed.
Yeah.
But was it like somebody like watching them and playing the shit out?
They said that they were camping right there. There was a campsite right there, so they weren't far from that beach. They were like right there. And if it's the beach I'm thinking of, then yeah, the campsite is like literally right next to the beach. Like you step out of the campsite and you're on sand. So yeah, maybe they came across some of the locals or a drifter or somebody.
Feel like they were being watched.
Yeah, they had to have been. Somebody must have been staking them out or was trying to get close to them, and then shit went awry, and they murdered them and stole what they had. It's fucked up. Yeah, and a bartender was arrested for serving a minor alcohol.
The Sacramento bartender is under arrest tonight following a months-long investigation. He's accused of selling alcohol to a minor who later was involved in a deadly crash. The bartender's name is Kelly Woodward. He is accused of over-serving 19-year-old Inez Taimani at the Cinch Bar back in May. Taimani was later arrested following a car crash that left her passenger dead in San Joaquin County. Woodward could face up to a year in jail and a $1,000 fine if he is convicted.
Only?
Wow. And he's an old bastard, too. Did you see that?
I did. He was old as fuck. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, you need to have regulations on your fucking alcohol. This is the reason why. And, okay, I get it. There's some bars that will allow fucking underage people to drink. And if people think that that's not a thing, that's a fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing everywhere.
Yeah.
You'll find a bar anywhere in any major city that will allow that to happen.
Yeah.
But this is why we need fucking regulations on this shit. And you got... it's just... But, again, it's that thing of, like, they always want to make it... Alcohol's fine because it's legal, but then we hear these stories of these... this underage girl got served alcohol, but we don't want to do anything about the alcohol.
And see, if that kid was given weed, he wouldn't have crashed.
No.
He would have been so overly paranoid that he wouldn't have crashed.
The only thing you'd be hearing about this is like, well, he was still smoking pot, which is not blah, 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 so you're still doing drugs. I guess. I fucking guess.
And in other news, this is a biggie. It affects a lot of people, some of which live home with me, and I'm going to have to tell them this, and they're probably going to freak the hell out.
Doesn't involve me!
No, I don't have to worry about this shit. Apple, ladies and gentlemen, Apple warns iPhone users to update their phone. You better hope you got that auto update enabled because...
Oh, you do it yourself.
Oh, boy. They want you to update your phone or accept the fact that you will be without internet. Apple is warning owners of older iPhones and iPads that if they don't update their devices to the latest iOS software by Sunday, they won't be able to connect to the internet.
Today, folks.
So, if you're just hearing this, you're fucked. iPhone and iPad products from 2012 and earlier will need the update before midnight on November 3rd in order to maintain accurate GPS location and continue using the App Store, iCloud, email, and web browsing according to Apple. Man, it sucks to suck for y'all.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's why I'm not sad that I don't have an iPhone. And people will be like, oh, how can you not have an iPhone? I'm not attached to my fucking phone like a lot of you people are.
Right.
I don't need an updated phone that's, oh my god, this whole phone's made of glass. It costs $10,000. Why in the fuck would I want to pay for that? Why would I want to pay for a phone that's $1,000?
$1,000. I don't understand that.
I don't get it. I know.
Oh, just because the camera is better and
The camera's nice. If you see the commercials, we dropped a cake on it. It did not break at all.
you can film a movie with your iPhone now.
It can fucking see shit in the dark. Holy crap. You can go ghost hunting with it. Like, I don't fucking care.
No,
Like,
dude, it's a fucking phone.
It literally is. And people are already attached to the fucking phones as it is. If you're listening to this on a phone, you're attached to your phone. I'm sorry, you are. You're attached to your fucking phones. A lot of people are.
It's an extension of you now.
It is, and it's an addiction. Like, people don't want to admit that being on your phone is an addiction. Go 15 minutes without looking at your phone. Go, literally, put your phone down and do not look at your phone for 15 minutes. Guarantee you half of you people will not be able to do it. You want to know why? Because I'm the same way. I'm literally still the same way. I can't go, 10 minutes without looking at my phone.
How can you not? At this point now, everything is on your phone. I mean, what if you wanted to even just check the time?
You have to go look at your phone, because God forbid if you know how to fucking read a watch.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't have a watch. You got a phone.
Oh, jeez.
But that is WRAT News. And that about wraps up this episode of Won't Remember a Thing. Now, if you have any inquiries, any questions, any compliments, any complaints, any stories, any fucking little thing on your fucking little mind. Anything. I want you people to email us at won'trememberathingpodcast@gmail.com. That's won'trememberathingpodcast@gmail.com. Don't you dare put an apostrophe in won't.
There is none.
Or you will piss me off.
And you'll send it off to some random fuck who probably wants to get you jerking off pictures, okay? I don't think you want that, alright?
And then they'll contact me and blame me for your mistake.
Right.
So,
and we're not even the perverts here.
Right. Won't Remember a Thing podcast@gmail.com. Say what's up. Tell us your struggle. Tell us your story. Tell us what you're wearing. I don't give a fuck.
Well, to be frank with you, I'm not wearing shit. Oh, okay.
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
But yeah, people just, fuck, man. Be careful. Be fucking careful. And I know that sounds easier said than done, because it doesn't even matter how careful you are. Shit can still go down. But be careful. Be smart. Be aware. Stay woke. And yeah.
I was going to keep doing the same part, but I can't say the next part.
But yeah, if you didn't learn anything, at least walk away with that. Just know your surroundings, know what you want to do, and stick with it. Never doubt yourself, but doubt others constantly.
Definitely. Question.
Question everything constantly. That is how you stay safe.
That's how you stay safe. You have to fucking question everything.
Just constantly like, who are you? Where are you going? What do you want from me? Oh,
who am I?
What are you opening that for? So yeah, people, just be safe. We hope that you will be back to hear us ramble about all kinds of beautiful,
whatever fucking shit,
dumb shit. Thanks to all you beautiful, dumb people out there.
And don't take that personally, because we're dumb too. So
yes, I mean obviously. On that, we love you. Why didn't you say you love me too? No, we love you.
I thought you were talking to me.
Right, everything I'm just saying.
He's like, what? Well, me? You put me on the spot. Goddamn. Yes.
Right, everything I've been saying has just been directed to BJ this whole time.
It has been.
So yeah, hey, guess what? We talk, sports, news, movies.
Anything.
What else did we talk about?
Made fun of Donald Trump.
We talked about Trump. We talked about...
Very slightly, but we did.
We talked about Catholic schools.
Yes, because that's a big topic people wanted to talk about. Them goddamn Catholic schools and all their butt fuckery, goddammit.
And the influence they have on the youth.
Yes.
But yeah, we covered a lot of stuff, mostly sports, but that's okay. We're still tweaking and figuring shit out.
We are. I got on a real bad sports binge.
Maybe next time BJ shouldn't comment on every little team.
I know. Like I said, I can't help it.
But hey, I hope you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed it. It was insightful. It was educational. It was passionate. It was entertaining, especially for me, because I'm actually here in person. I get to see him pull his fucking hair out. So I hope you enjoyed it. I did, because I didn't have to fucking say much. I was like, oh, cool, this is the easiest podcast I've ever had to record. No, I'm just kidding. Whoa. Okay, the table's collapsing.
Oh, God.
The whole world's collapsing. But I think this is time for us to go. So, people, we'd say thanks for listening, but you probably won't remember a thing. Good night, good day, good afternoon. Fuck all of you.
Wear condoms.